Hate merch. Hate merch. Hey. Hate merch. Hate merch. Yeah. They said that hoodie looks a little too mean. That sticker on your truck caused the whole scene. That coffee mug offended somebody online. Now they're writing essays about a t-shirt design. They call it hate merch. They call it a crime. Been talking about it for a real long time. But every complaint just helps us sell. Keep ringing that bell. Keep ringing that bell. They say don't buy it. Don't wear it around. Then they share the link all over town. Come buy your hate merch. It does paranormal.com. Yeah, the hats are hot and the hoodies are strong. Come buy your hate merch. It does paranormal.com. If they still complaining, we'll just sing along. Dust devils all night long. Dust devils all night long. They call the pillows hateful too. Guess they ran out of things to do. The tumblers, shirts, and stickers got blamed. Funny how the merch gets famous when it's named. Every posting, every rant turns into free advertisement. The louder they yell, the more we grin. Thanks for helping us reel them in. They say don't click it, don't shop that store. Then they tell 1,000 people more. Come buy your hate merch at dustparanormal.com. Yeah, the hats are hot and the hoodies are strong. Come buy your hate merch at dustparanormal.com. If they still complaining, we'll just sing along. Dust busters, dust devils standing side by side, having fun and enjoying the ride. Passion over profit, that's the way we roll. Can't cancel a channel with a rock and roll soul. Come buy your hate merch at dustparanormal.com. Grab a shirt, grab a sticker. Come and sing this song. Come buy your hate merch at dustparanormal.com. The more they complain, the more we carry on. Dust devils all night long. Dust devils all night long. Hate merch. They call it hate merch. We call it merch. See you at dustparanormal.com. Hate merch. Boo. I mean who? Yeah. I mean who? I mean who? Yeah. Everybody chilling in the dusty core chat, talking about the good stuff, this and that. Then somebody drops a random old name, and everybody's wondering why they're in the conversation again. Dust Devil looks around and says, wait a minute, what'd they do? Fan Al scratches his head and laughs. Honestly, I haven't got a clue. Yeah. Then a cold wind blows through the room. A ghost appears right on cue. Gold chain swinging, eyes roll back, and the first thing he says is, boo. I mean who? Who are we talking about? What they even do? Boo. I mean who? Why they taking up the spotlight when there's nothing new? Boo. I mean who? If nobody knows, then why are we giving them views? I mean who? I'm Boo the Ghost, and I'm confused. He don't haunt houses, he don't rattle chains. He only shows up when somebody says a meaningless name. Doesn't matter if it's love or a comment section war.
What's up, my bestie?
Dust Devil laugh. There he goes again. Fat Al said it's got a point, my friend. Every time the topic starts going nowhere fast, Boo pops up trying to save the broadcast. Boo. I mean who? Who are we talking about? What they even do? Boo. I mean who? Why they taking up the spotlight when there's nothing new? Boo. I mean who? If nobody knows, then why are we giving them views? Boo. I mean who? I'm Boo the Ghost, and I'm confused. Who don't care about clout? Who don't care about fame? He just appears whenever nobody remembers the name. A legend in the Dust Devil crew, keeping conversations from getting stuck on who knows who. Boo. I mean who? The ghost of irrelevant conversations come Wait, we're still talking about them?
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Everybody pay attention to the disclaimer. This is the disclaimer. Everyone pay attention here.
Important disclaimer. Before we begin, please note that all statements, claims, accusations, opinions, and commentary discussed during this live stream are allegations only unless independently verified through official public records. Nothing stated by third parties should be interpreted as established fact unless explicitly confirmed. Dust Productions / Dust Paranormal do not endorse, adopt, or affirm the opinions, allegations, claims, theories, or conclusions expressed by any individuals, channels, videos, clips, guests, callers, or chat participants featured, discussed, or reacted to during this broadcast. The views and opinions expressed by commentators, callers, guests, or members of the live chat are solely their own and do not reflect the views of Dust Productions or Dust Paranormal. Any guests appearing on this live stream are speaking in their personal capacity only, and their statements should not be interpreted as representing the views or positions of this channel. Any discussion involving criminal matters is presented for commentary, public interest discussion, and entertainment purposes only. To the best of our knowledge, no criminal convictions have been established in relation to the allegations discussed unless explicitly stated and publicly verifiable. Additionally, any jokes, satire, parody, comedic commentary, impressions, or humorous statements made during this live stream are intended strictly for entertainment purposes. They are not meant to be taken as factual assertions, nor are they intended to harass, defame, demean, or intentionally harm any individual or group. Viewer discretion is advised, and we encourage everyone to conduct their own research using publicly available information and verified sources. Now, let's get into the live stream.
We got one more song and then we're gonna get into it.
Yeah. Dust Paranormal.
Let's go.
Dust Devils for life. Fake ghost hunters better run. Fake psychics better hide. The Dust Devils are coming. Dust Devils are coming. Yeah. They said the spirit's talking, but the battery's fresh. Said the ghost was walking, but the evidence a mess. Selling scary stories, trying hard to get paid. Building fake encounters like a hunted charade. We pull up with receipts, we pull up with facts. Everybody getting nervous when we start to react. You can run to the shadows, you can hide in the night, but the Dust Devils coming and we're shining the light. Everybody runs from the Dust Devils. When the truth comes out, they start running scared. Everybody runs from the Dust Devils. Now they're hiding cause they know we gonna be there. Everybody runs from the Dust Devils. Ghost hunters, psychics, everybody flee. Everybody runs from the Dust Devils, cause the Dust Devils bringing truth for all to see. We don't crystal ball, don't need tarot cards, don't need fake EVPs recorded in the yard, don't need spooky music, don't need special effects. We just ask the questions that nobody expects. Every live stream popping, every chat going wild. Dust Devils in the comments making everybody smile. Little bit of trolling, little bit of fun. If you're faking evidence, then we're number one. Everybody runs from the Dust Devils. When the truth comes out, they start running scared. Everybody runs from the Dust Devils. Now they're hiding cause they know
like sausages. I love that.
Everybody runs from the Dust Devils. Ghost hunters, psychics, everybody flee. Everybody runs from the Dust Devils, cause the Dust Devils bringing truth for all to see. Yeah. Everybody run from the Dust Devils. Stay out of controversies, or dust is gonna cover you. Everybody runs from the Dust Devils. Fake ghost hunters, yeah, we're coming through. Everybody runs from the Dust Devils. Stay out of controversies, or dust is gonna cover you. Dust paranormal. Stay resistant. Dust devils for life. Dust devils for life. Everybody runs from the dust devils. Dust devils for life. Everybody runs from the dust devils. Dust devils for life. Everybody runs from the dust devils.
It is one hot bitch outside. Okay. It makes sense that would be my opening line. It is one hot bitch outside. And I'm gonna blame Florio, Little Miss.
I do like sausages. I love that.
I'm gonna blame Florio for all that fucking smoke out my window, all this fire coming from Canada. I'ma just blame Florio for that shit. Yeah, it's been a crappy day. Because of my health, the heat messes with me, the humidity messes with me, and now the smoke is fucking with me. I literally have every air conditioner on in the house, and I'm fucking dying. My internet is wonky, and it probably has to do with the weather. So if this live stream drops, I'm gonna have to redo it or address some stuff later. Hopefully it cools off. Hopefully you guys can see me. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I know it's been a while.
I really missed Dust. I just wanted to know what he was thinking about.
You know, some people miss me because I haven't, you know, it's been like over a week, you know. But let me tell you, well, actually, first, before we even get into everything, it's time for me to be the rolling billboard. I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, well, no, I don't like that either. All right, we'll just go here. All right, so the link to the merch store is pinned in the chat. Come get you some hate merch. The Little Bitch Pretty Privilege collection is still there. At the end of the month, anything Pretty Privilege is going to be gone, because I have to start making room for the upcoming Halloween collection that's going to be coming. All right. We do have stickers. We got a new sticker here. I enjoy a good stick. If you know, you know. That's a good sticker. We got the Dust Devil Gang. We got some nice stickers, you know. We got some OG stickers too. I haven't made any new tumblers yet, but we got the tumblers here. The one with the Dust Devil, the Fant Owl, and our new character Boo. If you don't know Boo,
Whoa! I mean, who? Huh?
Yeah, or you can get yourself a trash tuber tumbler. You know, right now the trash tuber stuff is really selling pretty good. You know, the trash I think I definitely sold some trash tuber shirts and hoodies, but you can get all of that on dustparanormal.com. So let's see. Go full screen here. Got me with that Boo. Yeah, you got to be careful now. Boo will come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So, let me check the docket. Gotta check the docket. Oh yeah. Since we're on the topic of merch, I always show merch when people order it and they send me pictures. So someone got the It's FCO for Life hoodie. They got it in not too long ago. There's the Professional Trash Tuber shirt. So, you know, we got a few people that got stuff in. If you order merch from my store, tag me on Instagram, Dust Productions, and you know, then I'll show it on a stream. You know, because the people that hate us absolutely love it when I show my hate merch. All right, that's just how it is. So, all right, well, it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. We gotta talk about this goddamn elephant in the room. So, where is it? I'm just gonna get this out the way now, because this is like something that I shouldn't even have to spend that much time on, in my opinion. So this, obviously, people have been covering Biff lately. Shout out to Boot Productions. You know, it wasn't long ago, like not even a week, Biff commented on the live stream I did where I reacted to Side-Eye Guy covering, you know, Biff, and that, if you want to call it an exorcism, some people are calling it an attack. You know, he started leaving a bunch of comments, and then the last live stream that I did, he was in my chat and tried to derail my stream, whether he intended to or not. I want to make it clear. I want to make this clear. Good, Biff, that you're here. Everyone needs to hear this. So, I want to make it clear that you will. It's hard to get timed out in my chat. There's no threatening. There's no doxing. And you stay on topic. If you do not do those things, you can get clapped in my chat. I also want to say that my platform, this YouTube channel, is open mic. That's why the mods will see someone like Biff in my chat and they won't clap him unless he's off topic or something. And they won't do that for anyone unless, you know, the rules that I just laid out. There are many times when I will cover someone like Tony Sparrow or whoever, and I'll say, I'm gonna drop the link. You can come up and defend yourself if you so choose, because everyone gets a voice. So, you know, with that in mind, I know that this live stream, I don't know if people are confused. They think that I'm interviewing Biff tonight. No, I'm not. I'm going to be reacting to that live stream that Seg did that Biff was in. And I want to make a few things clear. I want to make a few things perfectly clear here. All right. Now, how do I say this? Biff. All right. Hang on. Give me 1 second. So, with Biff, you know, there have been, you know, I mean, Biff said some stuff in the chat of Psych Stream, which obviously we're going to be reacting to. And, you know, many of people, even Boo Productions has said, like, yo, like Biff, or maybe people who watch Biff, I'm not exactly sure, maybe both, said that they were harassed because they covered Biff, or maybe they didn't like the coverage or something like that. So there's definitely no harassment, zero tolerance for that when it comes to that, especially outside this platform. Like, if you're harassing someone in my name, that shit don't fly. That's just in general. Also, you know, so I did say in my last live stream, like, whatever, Biff, if you want, you know, we can schedule some kind of interview. Well, I want to be clear. I haven't really responded too much to his manager, or what he's calling his manager, in the chat. And it's because I want to be clear. Biff is here. He can see. God damn, this heat is really fucking with me. So, God, with Biff, with this, if this interview, like, nothing was set in stone, and I want to say that, like, he talked about some kind of project that he's doing, and I'm sorry to say that if I were to interview Biff, if I were to interview you, it's the sole purpose would not be for any upcoming project. People have said a lot of things about you, and a lot of people have opinions on you. And so, and maybe you don't know this, and a lot of people that watch, that are maybe just finding me, or maybe don't watch me too much, don't realize this is like an open platform channel. And so, the way it would go is, I would, if you wanted a real interview, it would be me asking you hard-hitting questions. It would about everything that people have been saying about you. You know, that's pretty much what that would be, you know. And just like every live stream, I would drop the link, and then other people could come up and ask you questions, and I'm sure that they would ask you hard-hitting questions. Now there are a few things that I have noticed since all of this has started, and a few people have brought this to my attention, even from some other YouTube channels that I don't like, and they don't like me. Biff, you're leaving like 1 million comments on my stuff. You need to chill. People, like, some people try to get on my good side or something. Or if I'm talking to you, or even if I say that, oh, I'll interview you, that doesn't mean that I'm friends with anyone. It means, hey, okay, people are saying stuff about you. All right, well, I want to hear what you have to say about that. I want to hear what your responses are to some questions. You know, that's basically what that would be. And you said multiple emails. No, I received 1 or 2 messages, actually more than 2 messages, from someone that's claiming to be your manager on Instagram. I have not received any emails from any email account that I have. And I'm not really a non-believer. I actually do believe in the paranormal. You can ask Florio. Like, Florio, she does not believe in psychics. I do believe that there are some people that are psychic, but I think most people are not psychic. I do believe in a lot of stuff. but I think a lot of people that are on the internet, I think a lot of people on the internet are grifters and scammers. You know? So, you know, but you know, some people are trying to like, and I received a message from someone that was like, yo, you're gonna platform someone that stuck his fingers in water, and I'm like, you know, here, look, this interview, this live stream where Side-Eye Guy, like Biff was in Side-Eye Guy's chat, and I'll give Side-Eye Guy some props because he kind of did the same thing that I did, was like, all right, Biff, be good, blah, 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 you know. And of course, Side-Eye Guy, he could not resist asking Biff some questions, you know, so that Biff could respond in the chat. And of course, a lot of people didn't like Biff's responses. And if I were to do an interview, it would be to ask hard-hitting questions like that. So, nothing's set in stone. And just because I interview someone, because, you know, think about it, guys. Like, I could cover someone else in the future, and they're going to be like, oh, this is bullshit. You know, I should be able to come up and tell my side of the story. I am not a debunker. With the exception of Side-Eye Guy, and again, I will give props to Side-Eye Guy again, because there are times where he has said, like, I think with Dolly, he was like, you know what, Dolly, here, I just dropped the link. Come up, defend yourself. You know, other than Side-Eye Guy doing that and me doing that every stream, no one's doing that. That's what's different about this channel. And just because I drop a link and let someone come up, or just because I give someone an interview, if I give them an interview, does not mean that I approve of anything that they do. Sometimes I'm just looking for like answers. Maybe the community is looking for answers. Maybe there are people watching that would like to get some, like, say some things. You know, if Biff were on here and I dropped the link, y'all could come up and say your piece. And it's not my problem if you're not confrontational about it, or if you don't like those types of situations. That's not a me problem, that's a you problem. So I want to be clear about all that. Also, there are some very, very serious allegations against Biff, and hand on a Bible, other than reacting to Seg's video that one time, and then Biff being in my chat the last stream, and then Boo did a stream. Other than from those few things, I don't really know much about Biff. So I think if I were to interview Biff, I need to do some more research, and I need to talk to some more people. And because if we're going to do something like that, we might as well, you know, make sure that everything, you know, that I know what I need to know. That's all I'm trying to say. I do not get emails like that from my merch store. So, I just don't get messages like that. They don't forward messages like that. the fourth wall, which is the merch store, it don't work like that. But I was gonna react to a lot of, you know what? I guess we still can. I just have to go to the transcript. So we're going to just go through the transcripts for a little bit.
And guys, that's 3 too many, Biff. That's 3 people too many. Let me guess, they're all women.
Here's something that I'll say about these so-called exorcisms that Biff has done on YouTube. And any exorcism you think would be too, you would think that any real exorcism would not be appropriate for YouTube, and that it would be against YouTube's terms of service if it was actually like really that bad. Of course, I've never seen an exorcism, I've never watched one, but I would assume, and from Biff's video, like I can't believe that. If guys, is that the video that Seg reacted to, is that still on Biff's channel, or was that pulled? Is that on another platform?
So, do you believe you're divine, Biff?
Oh no.
Because I'm pretty sure I've seen screenshots where you do say that you believe you're the second coming. What am I doing? What am I fucking doing? What am I doing? We got to get on with the thing that we started the video. We're already 20 minutes into the video.
And this is because of the curiosity that Seg has. It's the same curiosity that I have. And it's like you want to, like, people have people legit have questions. Let's see. I want to see, what does Boo say here? I heard about a freaky exorcism from Johnny before on a podcast, but it wasn't like Biff's videos.
Because Biff. All right. See that? Not my pressure, right? See that? Pressure. You see how fucking this works? You see how that works? That's what you're doing to that woman's neck. It doesn't take a skilled fucking debunker to figure that out. Believe me, even I fucking figured it out. And if you're choking someone's neck, she was coughing her fucking guts up. We're done. I'm not reading out another one of your chats, Biff. We're done. Done. Okay? Mods, if Biff goes out of hand here, kick him out. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust my mods here for this one. I'm not engaging with this any further. I'm not. And
so that anger that Seg has is the anger that a lot of people have. And that's why Biff is getting the reactions that he has been getting from people. And there was something here, I think at like 16 minutes. I think this was the question that was asked.
I'll give you, and I made this clear in the video, that she was playing along to a very big extent of this. In the moment, anyway. But my question again is, did you make that woman aware that you were going to, or you could, choke her and spit on her? All right, Candy's saying something to me, which means I've missed something important.
So, like, really quick, but before this plays out, so I think a lot of people can see that, like, everyone has a problem with that exorcism video. My reaction, I was like, dude, this can't be real. Like, what the fuck is this? And a lot of people are angry. And that's why my first question was, how is this not breaking terms of service? I don't understand. And it's like, I understand why people get upset. And I understand why, like, I have received like a few messages from people that are like, yo, just stay away from Biff. Everything is literally, which is hard to navigate with me because my channel's open platform. But the thing is, I have to wait for someone to go too, like, to really go too far in my chat, or to really say something inappropriate, you know. And if I were to interview someone like that, I mean, that, to me, yes, that's like, that's not actually, to me, like, if I were to ever interview anyone that I cover, like, it's not really a big deal if I cover Seg, right? Okay, I don't agree with something Seg does, oh, blah, 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 I do a live stream, and then he clicks the link, he has the guts to click the link, he comes up. That's fine. That's what the link drop is for. At the same time, and I don't know how, you know, if any of this is true, but the people that Biff has done exorcisms on, have any of them, like, came out and said that they were a victim of anything? That's something I would love to know. Is, like, has anyone said or done anything like that? And I'm not trying to defend anyone. I legitimately would like to know, you know. And we all tell our audience not to attack or harass, so we don't, yeah. So Biff, you need to understand, when you look into this chat, and a lot of other debunkers and people in the paranormal community have commented on my platform and my chat, this channel is like the fucking Thunderdome, all right? I'm gonna talk about you or whoever, and then I'm gonna drop the link and people are gonna freaking hash it out unless they don't have the guts. Some people can't handle the fucking chat. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people hate that about my channel, that I'll let people type in my chat. But to me, like, this isn't a fucking hug fest over here. All right? If something's happening in the paranormal community, I want to freaking know about it. And I want people to you know, say their piece, and I want people to and in cases like Biff, it's like, okay, people are saying all these things about you. You've never done a video responding or saying anything. Like, that's what an interview would be like. All right, here's your chance, you know? Is it something that I want to do? Not really. Is it something that I would do? Maybe if I do some more research. Like I would have to talk to some more creators and have to do some more things. But
what have I missed, Candy? I never met her before that. Yeah, I did not. I saw that one. I answered your question, and no, I did not inform her. I rely on my gift of knowing. Yeah, Biff, we're done. We're done. That's horrible. Nah, mate, that's fucked.
so it's like, you know, I believe that exorcisms have no place on YouTube, in my opinion. I think they have no place on it. Can an exorcist go on YouTube and talk about exorcism? Sure. I interviewed Father Mike, who did the exorcisms in the demon house in Gary, Indiana. I personally know him. And so I know a little bit about it. But and there were a few, like, you know what, I have seen, oh my god, I have seen some exorcism videos. They were just never released to the public, and they weren't anything like what I've seen on Biff's channel. So, but I would say the people, and you know, here's the let me say this: call yourself a Christian, behave in such a manner is offensive. So I was raised Christian, and like I went to a Christian church. I went to Sunday school every Sunday. I was even sent to a Christian school for a while because my parents said I needed God in my life because I got into so many fights. And like there are certain things, certain ways, certain things you don't do if you're like a practicing Christian. Now, am I a model Christian? Fuck no, especially on this channel. But for someone who does exorcisms, and you never really hear about exorcists being Christians. Usually they're Catholic. I have yet to meet a Christian exorcist, because every Christian, every pastor at a Christian church has told, like, they are all on the belief of when you die you go to heaven or hell, there's no in between, blah blah blah, boom, done. So when I was doing paranormal investigations, they called me a fucking heathen for going and doing paranormal investigations. So it's like, but this is it for the Biff coverage for now. So for everybody who's worried that I'm going to platform Biff, I'm not, and I've had conversations with my mods. Like we have a private chat, and we were all discussing, like, is it a good idea? Is it not a good idea? And what's the good and the bad that can come out of it? Is it worth doing? And, you know, so it's not just a decision that I am going to make on my own. Because as much as I don't like saying this, as much as like the mods and the other YouTube creators that I'm friends with will say, is when I do, and it is kind of bullshit, like when if I do certain things or I say certain things, you know, that means whoever associates with me is going to get crap. Whether, you know, and I think it's bullshit that happens. you know, like Florio, she's her own channel. Like what she does, they ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, unless I'm on her platform for something. And it would be the same for Ladies Pride. It would be the same for any YouTube channel, really. So I want to say that right now there is no Biff interview. I'm probably going to reach out to Boo. I'm probably going to reach out to a few other people. And I'm going to talk to some other people behind the scenes before I make any decision. And I'm definitely going to talk to the mods and the people in my camp. This channel is open mic. But the question, like, here's my question for you guys. And this is a legit question. So this channel's open mic, it's free speech, right? Should there be a limit to that? Should there be a limit to that? So I think with everything that happened with Biff, that's the question that has been raised. And at the end of the day, it's what I will and will or will not allow on my channel. And so and Ladies Friday is absolutely right. Once again, please reach out 988 if you are in crisis. Now, obviously, through this whole thing, I have not been paying attention to the chat. Do you know why? Mostly because I'm trying to talk to you guys, and mostly I trust the mods in here. I know the mods. If the mods feel like someone's mental health is being attacked, they're gonna take care of that. If they feel that they know, if they know me enough to know if something definitely needs to be clapped out of this chat. But the question is, should there be limits to open platform? You know, it raises that question. Most channels don't do it. I'm open mic. Florio says she would never do that. Side-Eye Guy has done it on occasion. It's what my channel is. It's what people love about my channel. And it's what people hate about my channel. You know, there should be a limit when we reach a point of giving free advertising to someone acting like a predator or is one. So there have been allegations and stuff, and that's why there's no definite interview. But for, you know, let me see. I want to see what y'all are saying. You have to go serious or psychological test before the church looks into you. I want to know what you guys think about limits on open platform. Like, that's what I want to see in the chat right now. Should there be a limit to open platform on my channel? And tell me why. And then we'll move on to something else. This is true. This is true. There is a video evidence, and the fact he uses someone's traumatic moment as advertising, that is predatory. I'll tell you this: most of the people in my camp are against it. Okay. think it depends on the situation, Dust. I mean, we probably don't want to platform outright bigots engage in hate speech. That's true. But controversial views is different. I'm all for that. Like people probably don't realize this, but this is actually a very important conversation for this channel and could shape how this channel is in the future. And when we get to stuff like this, this is when I really listen to the mods, and I listen to, like, well, I always listen to them, but like if they raise concerns, I have to stop and listen to them. So people want to say like my mods don't do nothing. No, they do. Framework to justify assault. See, this is like all important conversation for the channel. No, I'm not saying we ban someone immediately, give them a shot, but the minute they go out of turn, clap them, you know. Yeah, people see, the thing is that people don't want to platform certain people because
you have been propagandized from his propaganda bullshit.
People don't want to, like, people might see that as like propaganda. And just because
this is going to be our new TMZ,
you know, like, the question is, are there standards on this channel? I'd like to say that there are. I'm trying to figure out where that line is right now, and right now I'm kind of siding with all the mods. It would be like again, Seg had legit on a live stream that wasn't even about Biff. He couldn't resist. He had to ask some questions. Of course, he did not like the answers. There are some people that I have talked to that are like, I really would like to hear like how he would even try to explain himself or explain everything. But is it, the question is it worth it? Is it worth it? He has a platform. He can address everything on his channel, and then maybe I can react to it. But I don't know. Hang on, something's wrong here. And Biff has... So, the mods know, no promoting unless I want it promoted. No threats, no doxing, stay on topic, and, you know, that's it. Like, people can come into my chat, listen to, so this is, like, seriously, someone could come into my chat and say, fuck you, Dust. You're a piece of shit, fuck you. And my mods won't clap them. Because I'll see something like that and I'll laugh. Because I don't give a fuck. So, alright, we've spent enough time on this, I feel like. Yeah, we allow that. Yeah, because they know I'll see that and I'll fucking laugh. Despite recent events, we all agree. Yes, shock horror, us mods agree with Seg. So I hope people understand that I'm taking the, believe it or not, I'm taking this situation seriously, and I do have a $1.99 super chat from Suspect 13. Dude, where the hell have you been? Besides Justin Chase Mullins, what other psychic do you trust? I told you before, dude, that's the only psychic I trust. Justin Chase Mullins. Do I personally know him? He's done readings for me in the past. All right. So the question, so to answer everyone's question, is there an interview with Biff coming? Right now, there is nothing set in stone, and right now I would say no. Some things have to be discussed and researched first. Listen, Florio can, like, some other time I'll tell you a story. Florio, she's heard me talk about a lot of things, and literally, like she said some shit, and I'm like, how the fuck did you know that shit? So there is some validity to what Florio says. Now, she does not believe in psychics. I do, but I think they are very, 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 very rare. So I know people had a lot of concerns about this whole Biff situation. Does everybody feel a little bit better now? Can I move on and cover and you can get your Boo Productions merch here's the link to Boo Productions merch. Link is posted in the chat right there. Boom. Now, you know, people are starting, like, ever since I've came onto the scene, I will say I have inspired a lot of hate merch with people. Like, people are like, yo, Dust Paranormal's doing hate merch, I'm gonna do hate merch. And so people are doing hate merch. I don't sell, like, kids clothes just because, dude, my stuff is not made for kids. But they got other stuff too that's not hate merch. But you can get your hate, you can also get new hate merch at Boo Productions, and the link is in the chat. Yeah. All right. All right, so guys, we are now on topic. We are on. I'm too nice for hate merch. You're too nice for hate merch, but yet you'll buy my hate merch. Well, it's, you know, it's FCO for life, you know. Everybody loves to say it's FCO for life, you know. And shout out to Co, man. I'm still, like, everything's cool with me and him. Best hate merch ever. Yo, a lot of people say that, you know, because, you know, people say that I'm a trash tuber. You know, now's a perfect time. Let me show some memes, and then we'll get into, because there was we got to get into the Truth or Demons video, and then there's a Jason Hawes interview that we're going to do. Okay, so speaking of, you know, me causing problems, here's a few memes to make y'all laugh. I saw that Beardo played some video clip of him dancing or something to like some Backstreet Boys stuff. So here, this is supposed to be me. Here's John Zappis, here's Beardo, and here's Jason Hawes. The Backstreet Boys. Because Beardo wants it that way, alright? Go buy your hate merch at dustparanormal.com. Here's me, here's Zombie, F-Co for life. This, you know, we have to do these little love letters to Co, a friend of mine. Florio don't want the smoke, but she has it over in Canada and she's sending it my way. Really, I should have done a meme saying, I don't want the damn smoke. I don't want the damn smoke from Canada. That shit's actually getting worse outside. But listen, Florio don't want the smoke, alright? LFO, life is good. Yo, Beardo cleans up nice. So does Jason Hawes, man. Dust Paranormal, taking down lords and catching beagles. Dun dun dun. What's the next one? Is there more than one Annabelle doll? John Zappis. Yep. Old guys on the block. This really doesn't look like me. It's supposed to be. Still kicking it, just taking more naps. Here's 400. Protect Jenna. Only Power Ranger fans will get this one. Or if you're in my Discord. This is Rudy. Rudy has his own channel and he covers a lot of horror stuff. He covers wrestling and horror movies. He'll also react to Beardo's Man Cave. So if someone wants to link Rudy's YouTube channel in the chat, that would be great. That's promotion that's accepted. Mostly because I'm bringing this up. Trite tuber. Listen, some people want to say I'm a trite YouTuber. Y'all want this on a shirt or a sticker? Because I'll do it. People know when people talk shit about me, I'm a fucking I'm gonna troll it because that's what I do. Uncouth trite channel. Oh, I'm an uncouth trite channel. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with this. Put a 2 in the chat if you agree with this. Put a 1 in the chat if you think I'm an uncouth trite channel. That's your only option. I'm a trite tuber. I'm a trite tuber, y'all. There was something else, just because I like to be petty sometimes. Yeah, I might as well.
You talk to Mason. Good.
So this is obviously Lord Beagle. And Lord Beagle has said that has said some things about me and some other people. And I just would like to highlight this.
You talked to Mason. Good conversation was had. Good. I'm glad. I told him that you were thinking about reaching out to him. So he's a good shit to talk to. I talked to him about the investigation stuff that we plan on doing. So he's a good shit. He's a good guy. And people that say otherwise, fuck him. There you go. Take the story over the other one. I mean, the other one or the other one. So we have a lot of them. Are you talking about the sticky wall? Are you talking about the mayo snack? There's a lot of bad stories. It came from the fairies. I asked Andrew Stone Rock what he thought it was. Like, it might be a trickster, shit, because it was just fucking weird. I think when I originally talked about that, when I originally streamed it on Twitch, I think it was, I said got visited by a skinwalker today or whatever. Cryptids and monsters are wanting a little bit of Beagle. Apparently, the M1. Okay, yep. All the cool people are showing up. What is happening? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe my name is being passed around for the wrong reasons. I don't know. Okay. This is what I'm going to say when Seg showed up, right? My only thought on that is because people in the dramatic, uncouth, slanderous trite channel decided to say what I was saying was incorrect and didn't show everything. That's probably...
So an uncouth channel? Is that what you said?
Reasons, I don't know. Okay. This is what I'm going to say when Seg showed up, right? My only thought on that is because people in the dramatic, uncouth, slanderous trite channel decided to say what I was saying was incorrect and didn't show everything. That's probably why, because my name was brought up a number of times there. And I do visit Seg streams. I do say a little bit here and there. Otherwise, I stay kind of quiet. But you talk to me, some good conversation was had.
You stay kind of quiet. Well, if you say you're a gaming channel, you definitely shouldn't be. Well, you can talk about whatever you want if you're gaming, but that's not really original. Some people say that my channel's not original. There's some definite original aspects to my channel, but some people are just not worth talking about, and some people, let's see, dramatic, uncouth, slanderous, trite, dust. Okay, Florio, listen, some mods, send me that in a message or put it in the private messages on my Discord. That needs to be a shirt. See, when you say fucking shit.
My only thought on that is because people in the dramatic, uncouth, slanderous trite channel decided to say what I was saying was incorrect and didn't show everything. That's probably why, because my name was brought up a number of times there. And I do visit Seg streams. I do say...
No, I don't have a problem with him or anyone supporting Seg, or if anyone watches Seg, whatever. Like, I react to some of his stuff. It's whatever. But if you're gonna say all of these things about my channel, I'm gonna fucking laugh about it, and I'm probably gonna turn it into merch. That's what I do. The people that watch my channel know what I'm about, and know, when they see stuff like this, they know exactly what I'm gonna do. So, hold on, turn my camera on. All right, we need to stop talking about what some would consider irrelevant people. Whenever we talk about irrelevant people.
Oh! I mean, who? Huh?
Boo's gonna come out. Boo's been trying to come out. Boo doesn't like it when we talk about Biff either. But the Dust Devil's holding him back. He really wanted to come out and.
Oh! I mean, who? Huh?
I would buy that. Yeah, someone send that to me, or Florio send that to me so I don't forget. Yeah. See, like that's what you do. You monetize your haters. That's what you do. All right. So I covered all of that. Now we're going to get into the actual content. So we're going to react to, and keep in mind, everyone, we are on topic. We are going to react to Stevie's video about Matt Rife because I have some things that I'd like to say. Let's see. Kendrell sent 10 gold coins for 10 jewels. I don't know what any of that does. I understand super chats and memberships. I'm new to this whole jewels and coins and stuff. But all right. And yes, this channel is partially monetized. People can send super chats and memberships. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this Truth or Demons video. Matt Rife blocked me for telling the truth. Well, we definitely need to hear Stevie telling the truth. I got a feeling something else is going to be coming out soon, and I'm gonna be reacting to hearing some more truths.
You're silly. I love you.
And I'm just saying in general.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Truth or Demons podcast. I am your host, Stevie, and I have Neptune today. This is going to be a little bit different of an episode from what I normally do, or video, whatever. I don't have a script. I'm winging it, which I never do, so bear with me. But I have something I would like to talk about. I don't normally...
That dog is like, you just want to hug that dog and call... Like, that dog is just a big baby. It's a little baby. Like any animal like that, I'm like, they're just a cute little baby. Like, that dog is huge, but a little baby looks like.
Cover recent events or what's going on the internet. Normally, I put all my effort and energy into research, but something happened recently that I just found really funny and wanted to share, and also take the opportunity to give some facts, because apparently I don't have any, according to some people. So I just want to start this off with what happened to me this last week with comedian Matt Rife. I asked for it. Don't get me wrong. I went looking for trouble and I found it. I got on Matt Rife's Instagram. He posted a video inviting people to come to the Warren's house. So I decided to get in the comments and I wanted to see what people were saying. I wanted to gauge what kind of belief systems were showing up in the comments, like who believed it, who didn't believe it, who was sharing facts, who was perpetuating misinformation, that kind of thing. So I found a lot, of course, of perpetuated misinformation. That is very common. Sorry for any noises from Neptune. I know you guys miss him, so that's why he's here today. And he's pretty mad at me because I'm talking to you instead of paying attention to him.
You can tell that dog's just like, yo, what are you doing?
Anyways, so there were a lot of comments that were perpetuating misinformation, as usual. I'm not surprised by that. But I did see some comments where people were trying to share facts, where people were attempting to get facts and get clarification on said facts. And then I saw them being shut down. So I'm going to read a couple comments for you and share with you how I got blocked by Matt Rife on Instagram.
Yes, definitely link Truth or Demons podcast channel. Thank you.
And then also a little interaction I had with Miss Ginger Caste. So let's get to that. First, I found a comment in Matt's video that said, "You do know Ed and Lorraine were proved fakes years ago!" Exclamation point. This person really believes that Ed and Lorraine were proved fakes, which a lot of us in this community agree with. So Matt Rife replies and says, "Literally has never been proven, because that's a lie. But good job believing anything you read online, retard." Sorry, I should have given a trigger warning. There is more language like this coming. I am sorry.
So I want to comment on that. Matt Rife, you son of a bitch. So I had two brothers. They have both passed away a couple years ago, like within like 7 or 8 months of each other, who were handicapped. And hang on a minute. I'm getting I think my internet is getting weak. So I had two brothers that were mentally handicapped. And so when I hear someone say that word, I get very angry. That's bullshit. Now, if you go to like a comedy show and you're saying stuff like that, that's one thing. Especially like, okay, people expect that from like maybe from a show, maybe. I wouldn't like it. I would walk up and leave. But like, it's different. It translates different when you're not doing a comedy show and you're saying shit like this on fucking social media. So maybe fuck you, Matt Rife. Don't say shit like that. I had two brothers. They have since passed. They were handicapped. There are certain words you don't fucking say. So maybe don't say that shit. And I'm sorry if my live stream is buffering.
Great. So that was Matt. I decided to reply underneath Matt to the person who commented, and I said, "Yep, you are so right. I myself have debunked half the items in the museum with hard proof. Like, for instance, the fire doll they claimed set a house on fire in 1969 when the doll itself wasn't even made until 1998. The museum is full of lies." Obviously, I knew that he wouldn't like that. I'm under no delusions at all whatsoever that I can get away with this stuff. I just like to see where it goes sometimes. So I did that comment. Then I found another comment that says, "I'm sure the neighbors love this. Ed and Lorraine kept to themselves for a reason. I'd love to go, but it seems disrespectful. I'm sure Ed and Lorraine are there and very upset." So this person believes that Ed and Lorraine are there, like as in spiritually, I think, but also believes that they're upset by what's happening. So Matt replies, "The neighbors are good friends of ours, and we have the blessings of the entire family." So I reply, "They actually don't have the blessings of the entire family. The nephew, John Zaffis, is not happy at all. And the Warrens' grandson, though not a great person, also didn't approve of this. They're just telling people they did." That was my comment. I will also put everything up here for everyone to see. I will blur out names of people that did not give consent for their names to be on the internet. So I will do that. So I tried to correct Matt. His statement, in fact, is not true. The entire family did not approve this situation. Tony and Judy Spira are far from the entire family. So then I had a couple people respond to some of my comments, some of them curious, asking more questions, which I thought was awesome. So I engaged with them a little bit, and before I knew it, I could no longer engage with them, and I could no longer see Matt's Instagram or the video I commented on or the comments that replied to me. Everything was gone. I was blocked. Everything I posted was deleted, and I am not surprised by any means. Don't get me wrong. But since that happened, I decided to share the screenshots I took. Yes, you guys know I take screenshots. I need the screenshots because this is what happens. When I share the truth in comments of these people who are lying, they get deleted, they get hidden, I get blocked. Happens every time. So I've grown very accustomed to taking screenshots as soon as I post something. So I shared the screenshot I took of these comments that I left on Matt Rife's Instagram. I posted them on my Facebook and on my Instagram stories. And on Facebook, I got a comment from Ginger Castay where I accused Matt of lying because he did in fact lie. They did not have the permission of the entire family to do this. So that's a lie. So Ginger comments, and Ginger says, "It's actually not a lie at all, and you don't know anything."
That's what happens when people don't watch like someone's content. If you watch Stevie's content, you would know that no, not everyone in that family gave their blessing for that. You know, Judy Sparrow's kid was like, no, isn't down with it. John Zappis was not down with it. And I covered that on my channel too. You know what I mean?
So I commented back and said, "Oh girl," and a lot of laughing, crying emojis, because really. So Ginger, this next bit is for you. I did share with you some proof, which I don't know if you saw it or not. Obviously, you wouldn't have replied if you did. But I did share some proof with you on the Facebook page in the comments where I showed you where Chris McKinnell, the Warrens' grandson, posted he was not happy with this. He was not consulted. He did not approve. All of the above. So there's proof one for you that the entire family...
Okay, Stevie, here's my question for you. Because you're saying Chris McKinnell has since been paid off. Are you saying that Chris McKinnell's been paid off since you did this video? Or was he paid off before you did this video? Because that's important context. That's just a question. Just let me know.
Family was not on board for this. But I have more proof for you. In the form of an interview with John Zappis, the Warren's nephew, that I did with Taryn from Paranormal Brew. Shout out to Taryn. I will post links to her page below. Everybody,
please link Paranormal Brew's channel in the chat, please, mods. Now, I have reacted to that particular interview more than once.
go check her out. You can see the whole interview. The whole.
Also, all allegedly. What's alleged? Ginger commented and called John a random nephew and told me I was behind because Chris was on board now. I've been told by multiple people that Chris called John a random nephew. Random nephew. Go watch that John Zappis interview. Link Paranormal Brews YouTube channel and link that interview. Fuck, don't even, just link the interview. That's what I want. Just link that interview. If you have not watched this John Zappis interview, go watch it. Watch my stream. But definitely go watch it. And you tell me if he's just a random nephew. All right?
I'm about to share a clip with you, and you can go to Taryn's page and see the entire interview. It was awesome. John was great. Thank you, John, again for that. But here is a clip where I asked John specifically.
Obviously, that hearsay. I don't know that. I'm just asking questions. Paid off. So I don't know if that was brought up before or after this video. That was just my question.
How he felt about Matt Rife and Elton Cassay purchasing the Warren home. Take a look.
Video. And I was working alongside him all weekend. It was great. You were great, John. Thank you so much. We had so much fun.
Thanks for helping us.
During that time, he says, "Hey, you think Stevie would?" And I'm like, "Let me run to my phone." Yes, I do think Stevie would love to come on and have a chat with you for sure. So I'm going to shut up. I'm just going to shut up. And let you guys do your thing. I'll throw some highs up here for the comments in the chats on YouTube. But if there's any questions, I'll let you guys know and pop them in there.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Guys, mods, can you post the actual interview in the chat too?
All right.
All right, so I have so many, so I don't even know where to start. So I want to start with, I think, current events, if you're okay with that.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
I know everyone that has tuned in is dying to know how you feel about the current events of not only the sale of the Warren house, but who is operating things right now. And of course, what went down with Ryan Buell. So would you like to tell us how you feel about what is going on with that? We are dying to know.
Shitty. It's a hard thing because a lot of times when I take a step back and look at something, I have to look at things from twofold. Okay, that's my family, it's the paranormal. And when you combined everything together, plus a lot of friends and, mutual acquaintances from my aunt and uncle throughout the years, Stevie, I get whammied like you can't believe from people. I mean, it was like, it hit like a ton of bricks when, they put the house up for sale. I mean, again, the house, they had to do something with the house. I understand that. It was falling in disrepair and everything, and it needed a lot of work. That I understand. I think, in all honesty, in the best way I can look at anything, it ripped something out of me seeing strangers touching their stuff. I'm sorry. It's the only way I can put it to you. And being a direct, honest person with looking at that and watching them go through the things and touching things. And, I knew how Lorraine was. Nobody's going to blow any smoke up my butt. When it comes to her, she did not like people touching her things. She would ask me to do certain things, go pull certain pictures and do this. And did you touch this? Did you touch that? Did this get moved? And she would get nervous over it because she would have everything certain ways. So when somebody takes that step back and says that, she'd be very comfortable with anybody, I don't care who it was, going through her things or touching her things, bullshit. Because again, that's just the type of individual she was. That was Lorraine. It's one I always knew, and understood it. So it was difficult. Now, on the flip end of watching what the young man Elton did with fixing up the property, securing the property, I think that's a fantastic thing.
T-Bex, please check your messages.
Again, I haven't seen anything that I would say I found odd. I mean, I found it weird when he'd walk through the rooms, filming things or looking at certain things or describing certain things. And I'm like, okay, a few things you got off there, the apartment upstairs. Yeah, that was Judy Penny's apartment.
Exactly.
Okay. That she lived there for up 10 years. It was built for her when they added on the big portion of the house. So therefore, again, I have to look at that a little bit differently probably, but I was exposed to all that. So I look at it differently than what most people do.
Yeah, and I think a big problem with this whole thing is not that they purchased the home, but the information that they're perpetuating, because they're being fed this stuff from Tony and then they're repeating it, and it's things I've already, of course, researched and, for lack of a better term, debunked, and then they're just perpetuating this information, and that part is really frustrating for me. I love that they bought the property and plan to restore it. I love that they have taken care to make sure that things are taken care of. I love that, but I'm very frustrated with the direction they're going to take the paranormal part.
So far from what little I have seen, because I will say that to you, when I watched, them filming and doing different things, I can only watch so much of it. Then I have to go back in the house because my office is out in the barn, and I go back in and my wife has to listen to me bitch about it. So I watch as much as I can where I don't, try to let it get too much to me. I mean, again, I totally understand. I watch a lot of the things you've done. Man, you do your research.
Thank you.
And Stevie, when something's wrong, I've watched you correct it, and I appreciate that.
So,
and
this is why people in the Warren family probably don't like John Zappis, because John will say stuff like that. Be like, no, Stevie does her research. Like, if she can, like, she's disproved like some things, and John Zappis has acknowledged it when other people have not.
That's an important element for anybody that is going to go back in and go over factual things. When you got the receipts and you're backing it like you are, and somebody's still going forward with not the truth, I do the same thing. I sit here and go, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" Yeah, it's right there in black and white. It's already been proven out, and you're still, perpetuating that story of not the way it went. And again, I hear you. I give you kudos. You do your work. You backed it up with a lot of things.
Thank you.
So there you have it. John's feelings on the purchase of the home. The entire family did not give consent for this. They are not on board. They are not happy about it. None of that. None of the stuff that Matt said. And to finish this little...
So there are some people in the family that are, and some people that are not. And I think Stevie's just saying because, what's her name was saying, we have everyone's blessing in the family, and that's just not the case.
Video off because this will be a short and sweet video. I don't normally report on current events. I really had to scratch this itch, you guys. So to wrap this up, I wanted to share one more comment I got from Ginger. Ginger says on another post I shared of Matt's comments, he not only called people the R word, he also was calling people a pussy for not believing in the Warrens, which I find hysterical. Anyways, the other comment I got from Ginger says, "So disappointing to see you post stuff like this, actually." And I replied, "It's really disappointing to see you supporting lies with no receipts. And these men you surround yourself with acting the way they do. That's disappointing, genuinely." Until next time, guys.
Damn. Disingenuous to say the whole family was on board, just like most of the neighbors are not on board. I just wanted to highlight, we had to react to it. Something happens in the community, and I want to react to it. I want to try, or at least try to. Getting messages. Oh, thank God the temperature is dropping. My family's checking on me because of the humidity, the heat, and the Canada smoke that is definitely Flurio's fault.
I do like sausages. I love that.
Oh, yeah. So it's all Flurio's fault. All right. So we got our next thing. I love the end of that. Listen, Stevie, I know you don't cover current stuff. It's just not your thing. So for you to come out and address something, which I'm glad you did, it pisses me off. Say the R word. I had two brothers who were handicapped, and I loved them very much. And to say that word, it hurts to see people say that word, and so I get angry when people say it. Click the link after dinner, explain more about Chris McKennell. Yeah, I mean, hey, open mic. I just wanted to definitely highlight that, guys. It pissed me the fuck off. Certain things that were said, so. What about me? What about you, Rudy? We promoted your channel. You react to Beardo's Man Cave, man. So Beardo, if you watch this, go check out Big Rudy's show. He reacts to your stuff sometimes. and he's into horror stuff and wrestling. I mean, you don't have to, but you know, he's a fellow creator that I'm friends with, who usually gets attacked when I get attacked, when it comes to like the Power Ranger people, whatever. But you know, a lot of those Power Ranger people, I don't even want to talk about them. Fuck that. Sometimes you just get so angry, you just want to get mad and
you was a bitch
and just say stuff like that, you know? Yeah, people call Rudy that, and like he has a disability. So like for Matt Rife to say that, dude, like I had brothers, you know, the just don't say shit like that. It pisses me off. Like if you say shit like that, like fuck you. And you can go ahead and say it was a joke. It was an inappropriate joke. Don't say it. All right. Shout out to Big Rudy. Check out the Big Rudy show. Everybody link his channel one more time in the chat, please. Thank you. All right, let's get into this because there's a few things on this Jason Hawes interview, because I do want to drop the link, and I know it gets late, and I know some people don't want to be up super late, you know what I mean? And I get it. And it is starting to cool off, and I am starting to feel a little better. Yeah, exactly, Florio. A comment section is not a comedy club. Show some respect. Exactly. And you know what? What the fuck? Fuck this. So, in the Power Ranger community, there are people there that will call Rudy the R word. And we haven't, like, and Rudy's wanted to respond, like, dude, don't, because it's just going to make them go at you more. And I don't really want to, other than shining a light on this, like, no, don't engage. Like, fuck off with that shit. You want to say shit like that? Fuck you. Here's Rudy's channel, guys. All right, I want to get to this Jason Hawes stuff. Because it's like, if we keep talking about that other stuff, I'm just going to get fucking angry. More angry. So, Blame the Algorithm podcast. Mods, please post the link to Blame the Algorithm. And they interviewed Jason Hawes. Now, he says some stuff in here, man. And I was like, damn. Like, we gotta react to this, you know? I like Jason Hawes is cool. Like, a lot of, like, some people don't like him. And whatever. I'm cool. Like, Jason Hawes is cool in my book, you know?
That's awesome.
That's good.
That's awesome.
And in relation to the Conjuring House.
Yeah, sure.
If you were to attain this house, could you give a
What? God damn. Angelina made a video about me. I was just informed. Me and Matt are her thumbnail. It's premiering tomorrow night. Just don't say the freaking R word. Like, you know, all right. Listen, I need to get off that. I'm very sorry. Thank you. I'm very sorry. Like, God damn. All right.
teaser of what the scientific building would be about?
Well, I think the scientific building would be a building not just scientific. I think
we need to go back.
good.
That's awesome.
And in relation to the Conjuring House.
Yeah, sure.
If you were to attain this house, could you give a teaser of what the scientific building would be about?
So Jason Hawes, I guess, said, yo, if I get this, I'm going to put like a scientific building in. All right, listen, we're staying on. I get it. Let's stay on topic. No, I don't even want her name in my chat. Honestly, right now, I get it. All right, something's coming. Andrew Stone Rock in the house. You did a great interview, by the way. Let's stay on topic because I want like we need to talk about Jason Hawes. Behind the scenes, we can definitely talk about other stuff that's happening. So he's talking about like this scientific building if he gets the Conjuring House.
Well, I think the scientific building would be a building not just scientific. I think it needs to showcase the paranormal and a lot of the debunking or in the scientific community and where they've come together throughout the time and have made advancements together. You got to remember, so there's the scientific and the debunking community are very much one and the same. Of course, they do things differently, but they're one and the same. They're looking for answers, and I think all paranormal investigators should be debunkers because they should be looking for the truth. Too many people out there are taking what's said and just 100% accepting it as real when you can easily research and find out that what's being said is not real. So I think it needs to be a place that showcases the advancements in paranormal investigation, the advancements in the scientific investigation, and how they can connect and work together to push us to the next level. Because without being able to do that, we're going to sit stagnant. And I think right now, a lot of that is where the field is because, and I don't want to go on a rant, but there's so much silliness or absurdity that's going on in this field right now where we're talking about demon boxes, which even the person who created the demon box came out and openly admitted that he had written the story just to sell a box, which gets kind of swept under the rug and forgotten about because the scary story outweighs the truth of it. Yeah. Even when it comes down to these whole possessed haunted dolls. I mean, that makes no
Gee, I wonder what dolls he's talking about.
sense. And when you dive deep into the past and you really research it, you can see that over 50 plus years, the story's changed 20 different times and all these other things get added onto it. I mean, Ed Warren said himself in his own book in 1980s that spirits don't possess objects, they possess people. But now we're pushing it as this doll is possessed. So it makes no sense. But again, the scary aspect outweighs the truth. And I think that's keeping this field stagnant because there's so many people out there who want to get involved, but don't want to get involved because of the silly factor, because of the absurdities that are out there, because people are believing that this box is holding a demon or this doll is holding a demon, or the whole factor of the containment where it's like we've got the specially designed case that's being blessed to keep everybody safe, but people are still affected. Well, then what is the case? The case is just theater. It's just to get people to think something that's not true. We need to get past that because that stuff holds all these people who want to get involved, whether it's electrical engineers and all these other individuals who want to get involved in the field. That keeps them from getting involved in the field because they see this and they don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah,
I think everybody
I couldn't agree more.
Agrees, with that.
And bottom line is, me, even the algorithms that you see on YouTube and stuff, it's like it pushes this whole demonic thing. Demonic is going to rate so much better than me saying, I was able to figure out this case. No, me saying a demon attacked me on this case is going to get a hell of a lot more clicks. The algorithm's going to kick that up a hell of a lot more than the truth.
Yeah.
Or Skinwalker's the other one that does really good.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing this for 30 plus years, and I can tell you in 35 years, I've never seen a possessed object or a demon infested object. And we do cases specifically for numerous religious organizations. So we get sent to cases that are so-called possession, demonic hauntings. 99.9% of those have nothing to do with demons or the paranormal in general. They have to do with over-religious, over-medicated, under-medicated, self-medicated, issues like that. So, but too many people just want to say, well, it's this, when they're not looking for the answers.
I will say, I just got a notification that this.
And not to bring up irrelevant people, or what a lot of people would call irrelevant people, but like, say, someone like Biff.
Oh! I mean, who? Huh?
So that's why, like, with what Jason Hawes was saying is, so a lot of people, with these exorcisms, it's people that are dealing with mental health, not so much like not really a demonic thing. I think that's what Jason Hawes is trying to say.
This meeting is supposed to end in like 6 minutes.
We should change it over to Discord or something.
Probably, yeah.
I'm totally fine with switching to Discord.
All right, I'll text you my username on Discord.
And then, of course, they had like some issue, and I'm going to jump to 32 minutes and 4 seconds. I got 32 and 1 second is close enough.
And the paranormal before that happened.
So, it's just, it comes down.
So this next thing is, okay, they're going to talk about like paranormal equipment and some other stuff.
To the point where a lot of these people in professional areas don't want to get involved in the field just because of this silliness that's out there that's being allowed to run rampant. And I think until that gets handled, that this field is either going to get set back, which I feel it has a little by certain individuals, or it's going to sit stagnant, until we can fix that.
Yeah, and I think it's unfortunate too, because I keep mentioning that, I see new channels all the time, new ghost hunting channels that look up to people who do similar things like what you just mentioned, and they want to be, as successful as these guys, and you can't blame them.
I never really looked up to anyone in the paranormal. Back when I was doing paranormal investigations, I was busy doing my own thing. I sometimes paid attention to what like Taps was doing, or what the cast of Paranormal State was doing. Like I said, I'm friends with some people that were on Paranormal State, but I didn't really like. I don't hold people on a pedestal. Like if someone came up to me and goes, "Yo, I want to be on your platform," I've been on this TV show or that TV show or this movie or that movie. I don't give a fuck what you've done. Like, I don't care. Okay, why do you want to come on my channel again? And what, you think like because you've been on some TV show that that's gonna like earn your way onto my platform? No, don't work like that. But I'm just saying, like, as far as like the looking up to people, like I don't really do that.
But it's also kind of a copy and paste sort of thing, where they are going to do the similar things they're doing, even knowing it's already been debunked or it's already been called out as like, it's not really what's going on here, but they want to do it because, well, they want to be like them.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, everybody needs to be their own person, and but I don't know. I look at it so different. I don't look at somebody as like I wish I was like them or whatever. And I get the whole thing about social media and stuff and everything else, but I don't know. It's tough for me because I've seen some great.
I'm gonna let this play for a few minutes, guys. I have to go take my medication.
Great people like that, but I've seen some horrible people like that too.
It's difficult for me. I find it rather disheartening because even as a younger person, like I believed. And then they came out with the devices, and I was gullible enough to buy into it. And then when it's actually thanks to you, Jason, that you talking to Beardo is what introduced me to these debunkers that led to also Kenny Biddle and seeing how the devices actually worked.
Yeah.
Go ahead. See how those devices actually worked. It disheartened me. It made me go, okay, so now I got to kind of like backpedal since I leveled up in the wrong class of paranormal investigating. And moving forward with that, like it's altered my belief structure completely. to the point that now I question, like, did my experiences of the past actually happen? So that's where it goes for me.
I think see, Kenny and I have been friends for over 20 years, and he's a great guy, and Beardo, great guy as well. The thing is, if your experiences are more than you just staring at a piece of equipment, I think then they're valid. But too many people are 100% relying on the equipment, and they're never looking up to see their surroundings these days. And that's another problem. And we need to remember that every piece of equipment out there is a trial and error. You're taking each piece. You don't know if it's going to help you find paranormal activity. You don't know if it's going to help you find electrical issues in the house where like EMFs and K2s work great on. Finding those issues, whether it's a bad plug socket or things like that. Because you got to remember, when you're being called in to figure out what's going on. So they're calling you and believing that they have a haunting. Okay, but you're going there to figure out what's truly happening. And too many people out there are like, oh, well, I'm going to prove that there's a ghost in this house. No, you're not. You're going to try to prove everything besides there's a ghost in this house. You want to know everything that's going on in this house. We did a case, and they're still really good friends of mine. And I did it when I was filming Ghost Nation. It was a case in New Jersey, and this family his name's Mario. He's a movie producer. And what we found out was they had an electrical short going through their sockets that were right next to their beds. And this was creating EMF that was going off like 15, 20 feet. Well, some of the issues with EMF are paranoia, fatigue, hallucinations, skin irritation, the list can go on. And we had an electrician come in, fix the electrical problem. Mario and his family have been fine ever since. And even Mario at that time, he was a little irritated because he's like, hey, come on, no, it's something's going on in this house. No, man, it's this. And we resolved it. And of course, over the period of a month, they realized, well, everything's fixed. We're not having these issues anymore. So it had nothing to do with the paranormal. And that's something that needs to really be fixed too. Too many people going in to prove the existence of ghosts when you're supposed to be going in just looking for the answer, no matter what that is, whether it's paranormal or not. The para just means beyond. So it's a Greek word for beyond. So it just means beyond the normal of what we're used to. So 75 years ago, microwave signals would have been considered paranormal. I mean, a lot of different things would have been considered paranormal that now are not, because now we're able to explain them.
I like that.
Yeah, you're going in as an investigator. Yeah, you can label yourself paranormal investigator or whatever, but first and foremost, you're an investigator, and you're investigating what's really happening. That's what we need to get back to.
100%.
Speaking of,
sorry, so I didn't want to. I muted the microphone so that you guys wouldn't hear me go oh when I got up to go get my meds. But you just heard it now, so I guess it didn't really matter. But basically, Jason Hawes' team, they go and they try to debunk stuff. I think that's why Jason Hawes gets along with a lot of the debunkers, because it's like, I would like, because if his team can't debunk something, then it goes into the realm of evidence, so, just to me, it makes sense. Oh, and you're all welcome for the memberships. All right, we're going to bump ahead. All right.
I'm sure, I believe it was. And there was supposedly the mother was possessed and this whole thing. Well, after the cut and getting ready to watch it, and Sci-Fi's already airing that the show is going to be airing this Wednesday. I'm like, no, we gotta pull this. They're like, why? I'm like, because this isn't a possession, as you guys saw. This is a family issue. I mean, this family has some serious mental issues. They need help. And I mean, they really did need help. So, again, fighting with the network, because they spend a lot of money to air these things. So when you tell them, well, we're going to pull this, and they're making $3 million off of commercial space, they fight back, but you know what? Bottom line is we controlled that, so we pulled that. And then there was another investigation that we did in Connecticut, where about 4 days before the show aired, I get an email from a lady saying, "I just saw a preview of your upcoming show, and that man raped me." And I was like, "What?" So we did a background check and everything. Come to find out, it was true. So we removed that, and we ended up removing him totally from the episode, and ended up putting it back out there. And ever since that was season, I think the end of season 1, might have been the beginning of season 2. Ever since that point, we did criminal background checks on every person that we were going to film for it. If you called us in, fine, but we're going to do a background check on you. Because it was important. And we wanted to know, we don't want to put something out there and traumatize this lady who's already been traumatized, from this guy, and things like that. Just like TAPS in general, TAPS and the TAPS family. We do criminal background checks on all the members of all the groups, and even myself and the rest, and all the groups that throughout the United States and so forth that are part of the TAPS family. Everybody does a criminal background check on their members, because I need to know that I'm not sending, I hate to say it, but a pedophile to somebody's house who has kids.
Yeah,
these are big things, or somebody who has a criminal background of stealing things. It's one of those things where I just want to make sure everybody's safe. And we've always tried to do it right. We've always tried to make sure that everything we've done is for the protection of those calling us in.
Literally just posted a video on my channel talking about not really a big story, but a small.
And I was literally going to bring this up, but we're definitely, we're definitely going to continue with this because this was recent in the paranormal community that something happened.
Our story about a pedophile that was going to an event, like a horror event in this town. And this person who ran this thing didn't even know this guy was a pedophile, because nobody in that group of people who run those things didn't tell them, but they all knew. So they banned him already. And he was taking pictures with all these kids. He was holding babies. And, the person had to actually post saying that I didn't know that this guy was a registered sex offender, which he was he was registered as a sex offender in 1995. Yeah, it's crazy that people, if you're going to run those kind of things, you got to do background checks on some of these people that you're letting dress up like these characters and going around with all these kids, taking photos with them. So yeah, there's
absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, people need to pay more attention to that stuff.
Yeah,
and you got to remember, these people are calling you or others that are associated with you in for help. I mean, so you got to make sure that they're going to be protected in the same. Groups out there who go to locations and charge people money, or go to locations and tell somebody, "Oh, this object is what's causing all the activity. I'll take it out of there for you," and then it ends up in a museum somewhere, and it really didn't have anything attached to it in the first place. But now they can tell.
Gee, I wonder what he's talking about there. Could it be an Annabelle doll? I don't know. He's not being specific, obviously. All we can do is speculate.
Tell a story about it, or make up a story about it. The list goes on and on. You just got to be careful with this stuff.
Amber.
She's so quiet.
She is. She's very quiet.
Yeah.
You should.
I'm the quiet one of the group.
You should.
Amber Dust was quiet in this, and Andrew Stone Rock was a little quiet in this.
Bring up the next topic, Amber.
I don't even have the list up.
The floor is yours.
Well, I was kind of curious. Have you seen the Conjuring movies, and what are your thoughts on that?
I saw the first. Well, I think I've seen a couple of them. I mean, of course, the first Conjuring movie is it's a movie, so it's blown way out of proportion from what actually happened, and there's very little truth behind it. There were experiences that have gone on there, and I'll be honest, I've been to that house numerous times. There's been some crazy experiences, but I've never investigated the house. Just like I don't really have plans to, once we close on it, I don't have plans to go and make content at this house, because that's not what it's ever been about for me. It's about allowing people to get in and experience things themselves and look for the truth themselves. So the first one, the thing is, Ed and Lorraine weren't the original investigators on that. It was Keith and Carl Johnson, who are very good friends of mine. And somehow they got pushed out of the investigation. And Ed and Lorraine weren't really looked at in a positive manner when it came down to that family. I believe Roger even,
well,
we know,
punched him, yeah.
Yeah. So they were notorious for pushing themselves on investigations or saying they were part of something when they weren't. I mean, I know there was one.
Now, here's my question for everybody here. So my question is, obviously he's talking about the Warrens, and recently, what was it, Tony Spera said that he will defend the Warrens. So is Tony Spera gonna say or respond to Jason Hawes saying these things? That is the question.
One of the Conjuring movies, a big question on that was that the Warrens weren't even involved. They showed up.
Second one.
Yeah, we're told to leave, but then they wrote this whole story on how they were a part of it, and that was untrue. So I knew Ed and Lorraine when they were alive. My first encounter with Lorraine, geez, we can go back to, I think it was, well, it wasn't my first encounter because I had met her a few times prior to that, but was getting a phone call because we had been asked to help out MTV's Fear on at a show in Connecticut, a place that they called St. Agnes Hospital, which at that time it was really Fairfield Hills Hospital. And we got a call from her going up and down both sides of us because we showed up and we didn't, we're taking money out of her family's mouth and this, that, the other thing. And we went there for free just to help them out. They were like, pay our gas and we'll come up and we'll spend time there and do whatever. So, I mean, there's just so many things that have been overly embellished, or so many things that they weren't even involved in, that they wrote stories as if they were, because they didn't foresee the future of the internet and everybody being able to communicate and research things. They figured if they wrote a book back then.
So listen, here's what I'm going to say. All right. If people try to spin a narrative that isn't true, like eventually history does correct itself. And the people that try to cover things up, eventually it all gets exposed. Eventually all that falls apart. And then the world will remember the cover-ups or this isn't true, and they passed it off as true for so long. And sometimes that doesn't happen until like people are long gone, which is unfortunate, but
they could say whatever and it wouldn't create too much of a problem. Just like the whole thing with
and I'm just saying in general,
doll and numerous other objects. I mean, yeah, we know that there was a 1970s case, but the majority of the things that were written about it years later were total contradictions of what truly happened.
The motorcycle accident?
It never happened. Nope. Yeah, that never. I mean, and even John Zaffis, Ed and Lorraine's nephew, who investigated with them for like 30 plus years, 40 years. I've known John for over 30 years. Yeah, even he said it never happened. That was a made up story. Yeah, and the list goes on.
Well, it's, what I find interesting about this, Mr. Andrew Stonerock. It's getting sticky here. I don't know what you mean by it's getting sticky. Sticky as in hot, or as in sticky situation? Because what I think is, it's very interesting that Jason Hawes is saying these things, and as you guys are interviewing him and saying this, you put up Truth or Demons podcast YouTube channel, more debunks on the Warrens and Annabelle, which obviously is very good. But I just find it is it a coincidence? There might be some more interesting interviews, not on my channel. Apparently people either the wrong people want to come on my channel, or other people are just afraid to come on my channel. Other people have offered. I just have not responded to them yet. Like other people, like people that you guys like. Stevie is cool. Stevie is I support Stevie. Like, people don't understand. So I used to be a paranormal investigator years ago. We used to upload our investigations. And then I quit the paranormal field and I left the internet for a long time. And then I came back and I started covering Power Ranger drama of all things, right? Well, last year I decided, well, I'm gonna start covering some paranormal stories. This was before this Dust Paranormal channel existed, and we were on the main channel, Dust Productions. And who was it? It was Sergey's wife introduced me to Eric Vitale, and I interviewed him. And through that, I was introduced to Stevie from Truth or Demons podcast and so forth. And I started meeting all these other debunkers. And so literally, like, that's how I came back. And, so a lot of these investigators that are on these TV shows, a lot of them do remember me when I used to do investigations, because I also had a podcast on Blog Talk Radio and I used to interview a lot of them. So
I mean, John's even said that, and I don't know how much you want to get into, but I mean, John even said that that's not even the original doll. So yeah,
I've heard that.
Do the math on that.
I don't remember specifically John Zappis saying that there's more than one doll. I know that Stevie says that she thinks that there is, but I can't remember if John Zappis specifically said it.
That rumor.
And you would think he would know for sure if it was.
Yeah. So, and you really got to think. I mean, you can look back at pictures of Lorraine walking around with this doll, or her daughter sitting there playing with this doll, and then years later is locked in a case with a sign.
And here's the sticky, J-Cart sticky. All right, sorry. Oh, here's the warning: positively do not touch unless you're Lorraine Warren doing a news article.
And, positively do not open, danger, all this other stuff. Your kid was just playing with it. You're walking around with it, but now you need to put on gloves to move it from case to case. It's been so blown out of proportion. It's such bullshit. I mean, so many stories being made.
You realize, guys, that Jason Hawes literally was like, yo, these people taking all these haunted objects on tour, they're all full of shit. That's literally what Jason Hawes is saying right now. I'm not trying to put words in his mouth. It's just my take of it. I feel like some people are going to see this interview and get mad that Jason Hawes is talking, and they're going to be like,
because you got my name in your mouth, you fucking clown.
And Jason Hawes really isn't in it for the drama or anything. He's just giving his honest opinion. But shout out to John Zappis, man.
There goes Dust. He's been after me for the longest time.
I am John Zappis. Eventually, I'm gonna get you.
Made up, manipulated, and changed for financial gain, and that's really what it's about. Because if somebody wanted, if you truly believe that doll is dangerous, why not let people, professionals who deal with this stuff, go and check it out? Well, because it would affect your narrative, and it would let people know the truth. And
it really it's so they don't like people. Some people will say like, yo, you can't say stuff like that because it's going to affect like maybe sales or something. You know what I mean? But my question is, do you look at Annabelle, like, you ever go on like a road trip and you stop at this place and it's got a sign that says pay so much money, and you can see this fucking alien mummy, and you fucking pay the money and you know it's bullshit, but you go in there to see it anyways? Is that how you see it if you go to see Annabelle? Or are you going to see Annabelle because you believe all of the lore on Annabelle?
And that's the biggest reason why it doesn't happen. Again, look at past pictures of Lorraine walking around holding the doll, people walking around holding it, her kid playing with it, but they'll tell you that that's a different doll. No, it's not. It's the same doll. But the fact of the matter is, we went from that to it being locked in a case and being told that it's dangerous and it can kill you and it can do all this stuff. It makes no sense. And if you believe that a Raggedy Ann doll is dangerous and it's going to cause you bodily harm, then you shouldn't be in this damn field in the first place.
And I think it's sad because it really plays on people's mentalities too. Because I've seen time and time again, especially in live streams when talking about Annabelle, all these different individuals like praying that this demon does not come through their screen to attack them.
Yeah. And they manifest, and because of that, they manifest things themselves. So you got to understand that now that they've seen her, anything that happens to them over the next so many days is going to be tied back to this doll, and it has nothing to do with it. So, I've watched a mild story get modified so many times to become a legend when it never was. And that's kind of the benefit of being in this field as long as I have. I've seen so much of this happen, and some people out there will be like, oh, he's only talking bad about this because of who owns it. No, I didn't. I spoke about this a long time ago. But the fact of the matter is, now it's being pushed out there 10 times what it used to be. And we're also seeing something where, Lorraine, in her own words, said that she didn't want anybody to have this stuff. But now it's being sold out to that.
So, John Zappis also said that Lorraine didn't like it when people touched her stuff. So like that video where Elton's going through everything, like obviously Lorraine would not have liked that, according to John Zappis, and now Jason Hawes has said that. Eventually, when someone passes away, eventually that has to be done. But the problem is that I don't know what the family kept and what they didn't. It looked like they left a lot of things behind. And it was also said that the haunted objects, Lorraine said that she wanted that stuff to go somewhere. I think Jason Hawes talks about that.
To the highest bidder, or rented to the highest bidder. And it's a cash grab. That's what so many of this field have turned it into. It's just nothing but a cash grab.
I think it's a dangerous game that they're playing. And speaking from firsthand experience, I think it's a dangerous game claiming that there is a demon surrounding an inanimate object. I've watched an individual in my life personally that was led to believe everything that they were experiencing was demonic, and they were going through a mental crisis, and they ended up taking their life in the end.
That's crazy.
So I think it's a very dangerous game.
So, and this is why a lot of people take this stuff seriously. Like when you go around saying, yo, this is demonic, that's demonic, or this person's possessed, that person's possessed. You're really talking about a lot of belief systems, and whether someone's religious or not. If you're talking about the paranormal, there are religious aspects that are incorporated into that. And then when you factor in any mental health issues, to me, it's a recipe for, unfortunately, what was just said is like, yo, someone took their life because of this. Like, it's messed up,
To prey on people's belief systems like that.
So we had a case a long time.
And so a lot of people that believe in the paranormal, a lot of these people that don't like the debunkers and stuff and are like, it's almost like they almost take that as an attack on their spiritual beliefs. That's why it's important. I'll always say, like, yo, just try to be as respectful as you can. Like, I'm a troll. I have since lightened up. Like, I'm not nearly as bad as I used to be, mostly because of my health and maybe because I've just come to some other realizations. But, like, try to be respectful. And if people are decide that they're not going to be respectful to you, to me, then it's all bets are off.
Time ago, where we were called in, there was a girl that was claiming possession, and we went in and we told him right out, all right, she needs to see a doctor because this is a mental issue. This has nothing to do with that. About 2 months later, another show. I'm not going to sit here and say the one, but another show. I saw a preview and that girl's on it, and they're talking about how they have to do an exorcism. She's possessed. And it was, I had to bite every bit of the inside of my cheeks because I was going to do a video and blast the shit out of it. But again,
here's my question, because he's talking about he was informed about someone that was claiming to be possessed and needing an exorcism, and this person needed help, and then this person was on a TV show. Now, I don't know. This is me speculating. I'm speculating. Okay? I cannot confirm or deny this, but when I hear Jason Hawes say that he saw a preview for it, I think of the Paranormal State episode, I Am 6. I wonder if that's what Jason Hawes is talking about. I wonder if he was brought that case before them. I know that my friends from the show, they wouldn't know that, or not, like, you know, who was called beforehand. But and I never really talked to them guys about that. I should probably do that. But that's what I think of. I think of the I Am 6 episode from Paranormal State.
I make sure we do like non-disclosures, and I don't want to share their information. But this other show pushed it as this girl was demonically possessed, and it wasn't. She needed mental assistance. She needed therapy. She needed something like that, medication.
Go watch the episode I Am 6 and then listen to this portion. Like, I don't know. This is speculation. Because he's not saying who, he's not saying what show, I don't know. But when he says that, to me, that's what pops up in my head. Because the only shows that I remember are shows like Paranormal State that would show things like possession.
And yeah, you see this, and then you sit there and think, well, I mean, where is she now? It's, I don't know. Yeah, it's heartbreaking because too many. I never gave a shit about ratings. Even though we were the top watched paranormal show in history. I mean, Ghost Adventures, they do great, but we're talking about they get a quarter of what we used to get in our ratings. So it was us and Mythbusters every Wednesday night. We were the highest watched shows on cable, and we weren't even. I didn't care about that. It was because to us it was about, all right.
That's really good. I mean, it's good that your show was successful, but if I'm being honest, Jason Hawes, I mean, it's like, I think, like, I'm happy if people are happy that they were successful, especially on, like, if they did TV, especially if it's hard to navigate. And I will say that Jason Hawes has said before, like, yo, he has said, like, yo, you're not going to air this or you're not going to air that because we're not. No, that's not what we're about. And I'll give him credit for that. But, like, I don't really care. I respect you as an investigator. I don't really care that you were on a TV show. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't care, dude. Like, it's cool. I respect you as an investigator and as a person, for sure.
Right, well, you guys want to follow us around and record what we do? Great. and but we're going to just do these investigations, and that's what it's always been about. It's not about what's the next big thing or what's the next scariest thing I can put out there to get more and more people to tune in.
It's a big thing with content creators love to do that anymore. It's just what's next. I watched I'm not going to drop any names, but I watched a channel where they decided to go to all 3 of the most haunted dolls, supposedly haunted dolls in the world, and they took selfies in front of them and yada yada yada. And then you realize that they're living some of the best lives, which I'm happy for them. But it doesn't seem like anything. If it was really demonic, if something inhuman was actually following them and tormenting them, like they claim or said or hinted at, you wouldn't think they'd be living amazing lives.
Well, even beyond that, George.
All right, well, we're going to skip ahead. And I do see what you're saying. Like, he owned the show and control over it. The network had to pay them a license fee. And that's really, that's the position you want to be in if you're going to have a reality show, right? Paranormal State was the show Buell was on, correct? Yes. The show, whatever. Screw Ryan. Ryan and I don't like each other. But I'm friends with some of the cast. Isn't it funny how that works? All right, let's fast forward. This is obviously the Elton Castee portion of the live stream. This goes on for 12 minutes.
You've been extremely transparent, so.
Yeah, man. I know, Jordan, you and I, we started talking, and initially you had a different impression about me because of certain things that were specifically cut in certain ways and sent to you. And when I found that out, I was like, hey, I got nothing to hide. I'll send you the whole damn thing. Yep. Here you go. And so, because if somebody's already sending you our conversations, but just little pieces of it, so you're getting these tiny little parts, I'll just be 100%. Here,
I got to stand up for a minute. I'm going to let this play.
Everything. And when you saw everything, you realized, shit, it's a whole lot different than the initial impression you had. And that's the thing. I mean, Beardo just posted something the other day where something was cut to make it look like he wrote this. And the poor guy has to reach out to me. And I'm like, hey, man, I didn't think you'd say that. If you're saying, if you're going to say that, you just say it to me direct, which he would. But he didn't want me thinking he said something he didn't. Again, it's the manipulation. It's the selective screenshots, all that stuff.
Definitely. The other party definitely didn't want to show me everything because I think they knew if I had seen everything, I would have immediately saw what was going on.
Well, and I would have never shared anything with you on that until I realized that you had been given selective parts, and I was like, all right, well, because those are private conversations and stuff like that, and that's fine. But if somebody's already sharing it and sharing selective parts for their own narrative, then you might as well know the truth, so you know everything. And as you saw, I had nothing in there to hide.
I agree. I'm a content creator, who tackles certain things. I'm no professional by any means. I do enjoy having conversations about stuff, and the reality was, I felt like I was definitely. I mean, you ask these guys. I asked them, does this look like manipulation? Because I feel like I'm being manipulated right now. And they all looked at it, and they were agreeing with me that this is looking like it is low-key manipulation right here. And I'm like, no, I needed a confirmation that I'm not the only one feeling this way. I really just started to kind of distance myself, because all this person wanted to talk about was you and the Conjuring situation. And I'm like, I kind of see what's going on here.
Well, and we noticed right out the gate too that there was missing context.
Yeah. Well, and even when I've talked to you guys, Jordan, one of the first conversations we ever had, I told you right out, I don't want anything from you. I'm never going to ask anything from you. I'm not going to, you do you, and I'll just be honest. So
I do want to say, and I didn't get the screenshot, but apparently, because Beardo said that he's friends with Jason Hawes, people have been messaging Beardo, can you get me in the Conjuring House? Can you do this? Can you do that? Listen, I am also friends with people that have been on TV shows. I would never I would never do that. Like, if someone messaged me and was like, yo, can you get Serge or Heather on this show, on my podcast, I'd be like, no. That's not why I'm friends with them. I don't ask them for paranormal favors, and we usually don't talk about paranormal stuff, and that's the same thing that Beardo says. Because it's like, if we're friends with people, it's because we like them as a person. It has nothing to do with what they can do for you, which is something else that Beardo has, I think, said.
And that's always been it, man. I'm not going to become friends with somebody in hopes that they do something to benefit me. If I become friends with you, I become really friends with you, because if I'm doing it in hopes that you're doing something to benefit me, then we're not friends in the first place.
Exactly.
You're being used. You're a pawn in a game of chess.
He's better at that than you are.
Yeah, I meet people and I make friends because of the people they are, and that we can be honest together, and we can connect on whatever subjects. But I don't do that in hopes that I can benefit in some way from that. It's
and like we discussed, though, let's say I posted a video like this person was hinting at.
Yeah.
Where would that have gotten me when the full context of everything came out? And would that person have stuck around to help me?
Like an asshole.
I don't believe they would have. Personally.
Yeah, and the sad part is you would have gotten your ass handed to you, not by me, but by people who knew more to the story. And
yep.
And it would have sucked, because you would have been sitting there on your own, taking this, because others aren't going to come forward as your defenders, because
I would never even try to use it to get into places. Like, to me, it's not a thing. If you were on a TV show, like, I don't care, that was your job. Okay, cool. Glad you were successful. Cool. All right, let's continue.
I don't know. It's ridiculous. And I've seen other content creators who've been pushed in that direction, who have followed that lead. Well, okay, but when all's said and done, at the end of the day, and things come out that will be coming out, how are they going to feel at that point? Are they just going to act like it never happened, or are they going to openly admit, wow, I was wrong, and I apologize?
Usually people that say and do that are people that are...
Whoa! I mean, who?
Yeah, irrelevant.
A lot of them are just going to keep the narrative that they initially stuck with and try to just act like nothing ever happened.
Yep. Personally, go ahead.
No, Amber, talk.
Personally, I really admired the way you went about it from the very beginning. I feel like you were as legally honest as you could be. I know there's some things maybe lawyers told you, hey, wait out, you can't say this yet, or even the banknote. I'm assuming maybe you already knew who it was ahead of time, but you were as legally honest as you could be, whereas the other party, not necessarily as honest, maybe, or upfront as they could have been. So I truly did admire that. Even to this day, you have been as honest.
Let me ask you this. We have Jason Hawes on this live stream that has been in legal battles with Elton Castee. Here you have Jay Karts, who recently had like an online thing with Elton Castee. Then you have these three who have maybe talked, done said stuff about Elton Castee. This is probably not Elton Castee's favorite video. That's for sure. Oh, by the way, Jason Hawes isn't wrong here.
As you could be with everything going on.
Well, thank you. And we knew. I knew who had purchased the banknote quite a while prior.
Okay, so he's talking about the banknote. So originally the banknote was purchased, and someone said, I don't know who bought the banknote. Well, that's a lie because it came out. We know who bought the banknote, and so that means you were just caught in a lie. You cannot get caught in lies if you're a paranormal investigator, because in my opinion, it hurts credibility. And I remember Elton saying, "It's not true unless I confirm it or I say it's true." Well, you can't say, "No, I don't know who bought the note," and then just because you said it's not true, no, you bought the note.
To the general public, because we had a signed deed, so we were trying. So that was turned in, and we got that information, which is also how Summit Stone found out that we had a signed deed, and I suppose how the sister found out. Anyways, was with that. But yeah, so we had known.
I just noticed that I have not switched because I did a Power Ranger stream on the main channel. It still says Dust Productions and not Dust Paranormal. So I apologize to all of the paranormal people.
But I'm not gonna sit there and make a video and call this individual out. And, even though that person had told the news that they had nothing to do with it. They told the general public they had nothing to do with it, and none of that was accurate. But it wasn't my place to do that. And I wasn't trying to get into a shit show where it became this whole online feud between our fans and their fans. And as Jordan, I'm sure you saw when I sent you the full context, it was numerous times I tried to calm that situation down, where I was like, hey, I'm not going to create this big feud or use my fans as weapons, because that's not what it's about. They're not weapons. They're followers. And I respect them like that. But no matter how many times I did that, numerous times I was being threatened with a fan base.
Yep.
And how I was going to be attacked by a fan base. And, I was just trying to be as polite as possible, respectful as possible, and as honest as possible.
Just to give everybody a heads up, we got probably about more 10 minutes of actual reacting to this, and then I'm probably going to drop the link for people. All right, just to let you guys know, because I know it's getting late for some people, there will be a link drop.
Sure. That the blunt reality is, after seeing the full context of everything that was shown to me, and not only the things that I was getting snippets of, this was not a good situation for him. I mean, this was just blatantly, he was so in the wrong on how he approached it and what he was doing, what he was saying, how relentless he was, even after you tried to calm him down several times. It was bad. And I was just shocked.
Finally, at one point, I was just like, you want to make a video, make a video. I'm not stopping you. So feel free. You're going to have to answer a lot of these questions. So whatever.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on that one.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's where I came in, was he was trying to get me to slowly kind of make something.
Right.
So he didn't have to.
And that does happen where, like, people try to get you to do a video or a live stream or an interview so that they can have backup or something. Listen, people are not as dumb as you think.
I mean, somebody sent me something not too long ago. It was like, are you a felon? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Felon? I guess something was posted, and I don't know if it was about me or whatever, talking about a felon. I was like, no, feel free to look me up. I mean, I don't have any felony charges.
Not to hurt your feelings, Jason Hawes, but I did look up to see if you had a criminal background. I didn't see anything.
No, I'm good. I'm clean.
No, he was absolutely trying to get Jordan to make a video about you. He even sent Jordan a link to an article. He's like, hey, you should do a video about this. And I remember telling Jordan straight up, I was like, don't do it.
That's when that whole situation with you came down. Yeah, the interview.
Yeah, because that was a link that he sent to Jordan trying to get Jordan to make a video about. I was like, no, I'll do it.
What was that article on?
It was about the GoFundMe. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was it was critical of the GoFundMe.
Yes.
Well, I mean, and I've said since day one, when could I have just buy the house outright and everything else? You guys know me a little better now, so I could. I mean, just because you look up something online, somebody's net worth doesn't mean that's accurate. I mean, I own multiple businesses. I'm involved in real estate. I'm involved in a bunch of different things. And those are things that are just kept private. And it's, whether I'm a private partner, whether I'm, a full owner or whatever. It's never been about that. The GoFundMe was a thing where Andrea had made this video, and it was after Andrea had asked me, she had asked Tori to have me call her a couple times, and I knew what was going to be asked for me to get involved, and I didn't want to. I was just, my hands were clean of it. But Andrea made a video, and that video was a powerful video. I have to be honest, and so then I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to do this. And I even talked to my attorneys, and he's like, well, you can always do something like this through like a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter and try to offset the cost. I said, because my biggest concern was I don't want to own a property that I have to charge people $2,000 a night to go and see. It's not about that to me. It's never been about, I made my money, and I still make my money off of television, off of owning 50% of Ghost Hunters, still with it airing on endless streaming services, YouTube, you name it. That's how I still make my money. It's never been about charging people top dollar. Even when I owned a hotel, we owned the Spalding Inn, which was said to be one of the most haunted properties in New Hampshire. It was a hotel up in the White Mountains. If you rented a room, you could investigate. You rent a room, it was $100 or whatever, and then you want to investigate, go investigate, because it was never about taking advantage of people for financial gain on that. My money was made off of commercials and things like that, in the show airing in the first place. And I get other people's business models, but so with that whole thing, my attorney was like, well, you can always do this and try to offset the cost, so you can keep what it cost you less, and keep the prices down. I was like, all right, well, let's try it. And I had never done anything like that in my life, so I put it out there, and the community came together, and I mean, multiple communities came together from all over the world to make that happen. And to see that, first off, you want to talk about just an incredible feeling to see all those people step up like that. It meant everything, but it became a community effort. And that's what it was about. And that's what the Arnold Estate / Conjuring House should be. It should be a community effort to make this possible. And then, I know there were some questions out there about, these anonymous donations and stuff. Well, okay, but anonymous are because they don't want their information out there. I'm not throwing out there, somebody's putting this much in, but it's really me. No, these are, I have a lot of friends, whether it be in the TV, the music industry, and so forth. I mean, Meatloaf was like family to me, before he passed, and everything else, and endless others. I mean, Ricky Rocket, who was the drummer for Poison, he's part of Taps. The list goes on and on.
So let's see. We are going to skip the 115:39.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy.
Since we're on the topic of the Conjuring House situation, I was wondering if we could get a sum up on the trademark issue to date.
So the trademark issue. So our opposition was accepted by the Trademark Commission, and and the evidence packet and everything else. I mean, we showed obvious evidence. So I mean, as soon as we sent it in, it was within like 20 minutes, it came back that they had accepted it. That's how detailed it was. Nice. And now it's good to see that New Line Cinema has stepped in, which is part of Warner Discovery, because I mean they can keep this thing going forever. So I will gladly let them. And I've always had a good relationship with them. So, and I've been in talks with them on other stuff and kept them in the loop on what's going on with this. So to see them step in was greatly appreciated. I know some people are like, "Oh, he just shot himself in the foot." What are you talking about? I opened the door. I opened the door for these guys to come in. I was like, "Hey guys, just so you know, this is going on." So yeah, because they're going to do it also because they're working on some new Conjuring stuff for 2027. So so they want to protect that as well. So yeah, it's good. I'm really happy with the way things are going, and I look forward to seeing. I mean, they have so many days before they're supposed to answer all of our claims. And I'd like to see that because there's a whole other thing that's waiting for those claims to come in that, again, will show different things. So that's the one thing. We make sure that we're playing this thing 2 to 3 moves ahead. It's all right. We'll do this. We'll put this information out there. See what you say because we're already planned. We already have all this stuff for your response. And
so literally it's like, so who owns the trademark? Well, I would assume their production company or whatever that made the damn movies. Again, I don't know anything about trademarks. So, I just have to listen to what Jason Hawes says and what other people say. And, people that know more about it are probably, whatever, they're gonna say what it is. I can't tell you anything other than, show this and go, well, that's interesting. I don't know shit about trademarks.
And go from there. But they've opened up this can of worms on themselves. It's, I can't imagine their legal expenses.
With all that being said, what would be maybe like the next step with the Conjuring House and or I guess the trademark issue that happened?
So with the Conjuring House, the next step is, and we actually have it filed, to go to court to compel them to give us the payoff because we still have not received the payoff, which is, that's against the law. You're supposed to, you only have so many days to do it. So we're having the court get involved in that too. And we'll have the court get involved in every single thing that we need to, because we've won every case so far because the evidence is there. And then come August.
But here, I get it. Here's what I think. So Elton Castee is taking Jason Hawes to court over and over and over and over. And like they've gone to court, I don't know how many times, right? What if Elton is taking Jason Hawes to court knowing he's not going to win? He's just doing it to slow things down or whatever. And I'm not saying that's what he's doing. It's just like, because I've known people in the past that have gone to court knowing that they're going to lose, you know what I mean? But they do it just to do it. I don't know if that's what's going on. No, Jason is taking Elton to court. Okay. See, I don't dude, I don't know shit about courts or trademarks or this or that. So, So I don't know. Let's finish this because we're almost done. I'm going to drop the link.
Come August is going to be interesting because we have discovery and stuff, and we're looking to well, I think you guys can take it from there. That's when lawsuits start happening, and the door and people who think that and the lawsuits are going to be dropping on a lot of different people who had involvement, who think that they're not going to be touched, but no, we're coming for you. There's evidence. There's videos, there's video evidence, there's documented evidence, there's text messages, there's phone calls, there's voicemails. The list goes on and on. It's it should be interesting. And it's going to be interesting, put it that way.
Yeah.
So, and I hate it because I can't even say, I never wanted this to happen. It should have been an easy thing. It's a transaction done. It didn't need to go this route. But because certain people chose to go this route, it's probably going to be their own downfall.
Both me and Andrew.
Okay. So that's basically all I wanted to cover. Messy. That's if you could define the everything with the Conjuring House, that's how I would define it, as messy. So, all right, guys. It's link drop time. So if you so choose, you may click my link, you may come up, and you can talk about whatever we talked about tonight. All right. Let me get the link. And of course, you guys know that I'm going to play a song. All right. Link has been dropped. I'm going to play a song. There'll probably be more than one song.
Come get the smoke! Come get the smoke! Come get the smoke! The link has dropped! Welcome to the Dusty Dome! Come get the smoke! Come get the smoke! Come get the smoke! Come get the smoke! Dust Devils in the house tonight! Come get the smoke! The link has dropped! Come get the smoke! The link has dropped! Who's ready? We're ready. Who's watching? We're watching. Where we at? The Dusty Dome. Come get the smoke. Come get the smoke. Come get the smoke. Come get the smoke. Dust Devils in the house tonight. Come get the smoke. The link has dropped. Come get the smoke. The link has dropped. Click that link. Don't stop. Join the stream. Don't stop. Click that link. Come stop. Join the team. Come get the smoke. Come get the smoke. The link has dropped. The link has dropped. The link has dropped. Dust Devils. Dust Devils. Welcome to the Dusty Dome. Come get.
And this is exactly what I mean. Some people have not clicked my link yet. Come get the smoke. Click my link if you so choose. I'm gonna give everybody a few minutes because that is a short song. You know what I mean? Come get the smoke. Welcome to the Dusty Dome. You're gonna collapse in a bed somewhere, probably in the void again. You would think Elton would suck at poker. You already in bed? See, everybody's already in bed. That's what sucks about some of my reactions. Like sometimes my streams go late. Might as well beat it. Yeah, I have a toothache, so I will be sitting the link out. The link has dropped. See, here's the thing, all right? There are a lot of people that watch my stream, and they are like very opinionated and don't agree, and I'm this uncouth trite channel, but yet they don't have the fucking balls to click my link. Or, you know, maybe somebody is, you know, I'm just saying, like, you got something to say. or if you have an opinion on something, you really shouldn't be afraid to give your opinion. But this is what happens sometimes. I drop the link, I give people the opportunity. You definitely have opinions, Joan. Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit at all. Ladies right, sure. I'm too distracted and didn't catch the last 20 minutes. My ADHD is hard lately. I don't have opinions as I saw a piece of candy. You know what, Florio? You're full of shit too. It's because Florio don't want the smoke. I showed the meme. She just don't want the damn smoke. That's what it is. You just don't want to smoke. You know, people don't like it when I put them in memes. Where is it? Go to dustparanormal.com and get your merch. It's FCO, man. See? Yeah. We need a first account in Canada with that fire. Florio coming on, bringing that fire. And then, of course, Rudy. He don't click my link anymore. You know, I'm just an uncouth channel. No one wants to come on the trite channel, you know what I mean? To smoke. To smoke. Someone wants to smoke. Alright. In all reality, I had someone recently tell someone else as a jokey threat, don't make Joan from a strong opinion about you. Alright, people finally click my link. You see what I'm saying? You call people out, man. You better be ready. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Holy fuck. It's the whole crew. It's the Dust Devils, alright? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna bring them all up. Please welcome to Smoke, T-Bex, Scarborough, and Rudy. Big Rudy. What's up, guys?
Fuck you.
It's the whole family.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Well, you know, I mean, isn't it sad, guys, that the people I talk about, the ones that want to talk shit on Facebook, the ones that want to talk shit in videos, they can do all that and be keyboard warriors and say shit, but they don't have, they won't click my link because they don't have the guts or something. I don't know what the fuck the problem is. So we just you guys gotta click the link and then we gotta bullshit.
I think that, like, you just need to call them out and be like, what are you, pussies? Because that's what you just did to me, so I joined.
That is one kind of option.
Zombie, that she's gonna hit the link. She didn't. She said that I'm gonna hit the link the next time.
Who? Stevie?
Zombie?
I know Stevie, she probably asleep by now.
Yeah, Stevie's run out of steam. The thing is about Stevie, guys, she wakes up at like 4 a.m. She's fucking weird. So like 11 p.m. is like super late for her. So she's probably falling asleep as she's listening.
It's all good.
Wrong waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
See, Joan should have clicked the link and sang Stevie a lullaby. Like, that's what she should have done, but no.
Oh, that would have been great. Nice.
Yeah. So, Florio, what's the situation with this fire in Canada? You bastards keep bringing me smoke.
Listen, Americans, stop. Listen, we get your fucking stupid fire smoke too, so don't blame us for no fire smoke, all right? You can blame the governments, but don't blame Canada, all right? You can blame our prime minister and our premier and all that shit. But like when there was wildfires in California, we got smoked out too. So like the Americans complaining about it, you can fuck off. But that being said, you can complain about our politicians because they keep spraying this pesticide and it's turning all the plants into tinderbox, so the whole freaking forest catches fire. So yeah.
Yeah, you did show like a picture and all that. What was it? It was like a yellow orange type smoke.
Oh yeah, like I have never ever seen the sky like this before. Like this is the first time in my life I've ever seen a wildfire like this. Like I live in a city with no smog and there was no sun. And like I'm looking outside, I'm like I could literally not see across the lake, which we can always see across the lake. And just like it was like a sepia filter on everything, but also like I couldn't see any distance. Like it was the wildest shit, man. And like the smell was intense too, but like just like I've never seen anything like it. Like it was crazy.
Well, Rudy, you live in California. Technically you weren't doxxed, but like I'll blame you for the fucking fires out there if I'm gonna blame Florio.
I wasn't dogs.
Technically.
I live in the state of California, but you know what city was what part, north or south? Oh.
Yeah, the fires were like near LA somewhere. What the fuck was it again? I can't remember the region, but like it is kind of near LA. Like there's like you know a really built up area.
Yeah, there's like the dry brush kind of hills around LA.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of those are what kind of started.
Yeah.
I definitely know that we have it quite bad. You can't see outside anymore. It officially looks like Silent Hill. It's just not pleasant out there.
Yeah, usually when there's like wildfires, like that's like we started getting a bad one last year. Manitoba caught fire and it's still on fire. It was on fire all winter, by the way. Like the fire's never been put out. It stays on fire underneath the snow. The snow insulates the embers and they stay on fire. And because we haven't gotten enough rain in Canada, at least like Manitoba, Ontario, East Coast, we haven't gotten enough rain in the last 2 years. We've had shitty crops. We have wildfires. We're not getting any rain. Like it's a problem. It's a major problem. But last year Manitoba was on fire all summer, and it looked like Silent Hill some days. And that's why I'm like, I've never seen yellow. Like I've seen the sky at night, like a sunset or something, where it looks all red because like the smoke is like doing a weird haze with the sun, and like the whole sky looks like blood red. But like only at sunset. I've never seen the sky yellow all day. Like there was like, it was weird. There was like no sun. It was like the strangest thing, and you couldn't see through the smoke, and everything was super yellow. Like I've never seen. Well, one time I have seen the sky like that was tornado, but it lasts for like 30 seconds. But you know, the sky also turns like purple and green and crap too. So.
That's what I'm a little worried about tomorrow. They're expecting the same level of smoke, and we have NATO weather, so they're under threat tomorrow. So it's like double trouble. I will say that it breaks my heart to hear that the Boundary Waters canoe area is on fire. I mean, that's just one of the most beautiful places on Earth, and it's tough.
And this thing, like this fire does break my heart, and it's like I'm not really going to make too many jokes about it because there's like 2 tribes that have lost all, like Indigenous people of Canada have lost all of their homes, their ancestral land. Like it's gone. Their reservations are gone. They're wiped out. And apparently the fire's like, yeah, and apparently the fire's moving to like 3 other tribes that may also lose their ancestral land and homes. So like, that's really sad because they try so hard to keep their identity in you know, a country that was essentially stolen from them. And now they're losing everything. And I just know the government is not going to be able to give them back what they've lost, you know?
Right.
They're going to be essentially forced to assimilate into white culture. And that's the whole point of the reservations, is to not force them into it. But nature, I guess, forced their hand.
It's tough. You know, having just the effects that it has on everybody, health-wise, community-wise, and there's not much that can be done.
The best thing that can be done is to do something about these politicians that aren't actually, like, they're messing with the forest and they aren't setting up the forest to deal with wild. Like, there's a way that you can set up fire dams and things like that so that these things don't happen, you know? So put pressure on the politicians right now. And it's not just the liberals versus conservative. It's actually both. Our premier is conservative. Our federal is liberal. They both have been making cuts and they've both been messing with things. So, like, this isn't a right or left issue. This is literally a capitalism issue. It's capitalism.
Oh, that's
You
the
know
camera.
what?
Yeah. Well, no one else has the camera on. No one has to cam up. Technically, I don't have to cam up.
Yeah, you don't have to be on camera if you don't want to be on camera.
I was gonna say, because Silk666 made a comment in the chat. I heard that same thing, that storms weren't behaving normally. It's a little crazy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, people are like, oh, global warming doesn't exist. Really? Oh, the pollution isn't a problem. Really? Like, can we please look at what's happening right now? And yeah, no, we clearly.
No, we don't need renewables. Wait, wouldn't that be a good thing?
Yeah, God forbid we get the fuck off oil. I took a class on native, sovereign identity, and race. Very interesting topic, but it's really terrible how they've lost their land over and over again. Yeah, like, that's the thing. I feel really bad for them. I really do. And the thing is, too, nobody was able to evacuate them. They had to evacuate themselves in, like, canoes and stuff. Like, they had to get into the water to evacuate.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. I don't know if you guys saw the train video. Like I said, my ADHD is gone. I don't remember what we were talking about in the stream. My train video, or the train video in Canada, did you guys see it? Where the trains are going through the forest fire? It's like the craziest thing. It's so crazy.
I haven't seen that one yet. Oh no.
Oh, you gotta look it up. Look up Canada fire train. And like, it's the dudes working the train that they filmed it, and it's like, this has to be in a movie or something, but no, it's real life.
That's crazy.
So we're talking about the Conjuring House.
The Conjuring House. All right.
Well, that guy.
Do you guys think, what do you think the chances are of Jason Hawes getting the house and everything? What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Percentage wise? Like 90% sure, 80% sure?
I'm thinking like 75% sure. Because like at this point, if Elton's shell company is supposed to be acting as a bank and he's not giving him, any way to actually pay off the debt, then he should be getting held in contempt with that company.
Okay.
There's been some stuff that's happened today, and some stuff. Don't worry, audience, you will see it all happen soon enough. But there's been some stuff that came up today that normally I would have said like, oh yeah, like 90% he's gonna get the house, but like right now I'm at like a 50-50. I don't know, man. Elton and Matt are doing weird things, so
well,
can't talk about it yet though.
Yeah, certain things can't be talked about till it drops. We'll see.
Yeah, and a lot of it too, like just for the audience as well, is like there's court cases in progress. We don't want to like mess with any court case too. So
that's true. That's true too. Absolutely. That's why like originally, like I wasn't even going to cover the Conjuring stuff, but like like shit was coming out like crazy, and then everything with J cards. I'm like, dude, I can't. I cover paranormal news and drama. Like, I have to cover this, and that's why I was like, well, anything I say isn't really gonna affect it, and I don't really know too much about the legal aspects and the trademarks and stuff. It's just I'm gonna react. What do you guys think? Let me know. Blah blah blah. That's it. You know, like that's my take. But
no, I think Jason's going in a good direction with it all, and like he said, like he's won everything so far. You know, it doesn't mean that he's going to keep winning all of them, but you know, if he's had the evidence on his side so far, that's pretty strong to me. Even with people trying to be shady in the background.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the judge. If it's the same judge, and that, like, for any future motions, I think it'll be good. I think Jason will be in the clear because that judge is caught on to what's going on. He sees that this shit is shady. But if it's like a different court case filing, if it's a different judge, like, you never know, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So Jason is always presents himself so well, and he's always so calm, and he doesn't mince words. So for me, I kind of treat him like, you know what they say about like airline stewardesses and stewards, where they're like, if they're nervous, you should be nervous. If he doesn't seem nervous, I don't worry too much, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Jason, he's very good at speaking right without like saying wrong things. Accidentally, like I tend to speak out of turn because my squirrel brain. I just say stuff sometimes it comes out. But like Jason, he could be a politician with the way that he speaks. And I worked in politics for like 20 years. He has it. He has the thing to be a politician. Like he could definitely be a politician. And I think that some people hold that against him because he is very careful and well-spoken on when he does speak. I think some people think it's suspicious, and normally I would be agreeing with that, except that all of Jason's actions, everything he does, he's always been a stand-up guy. And like, it's like, it's just weird that like, even you played some of the video. I do remember that you played a bit of it, and he was talking about he was getting the network to pull episodes and things like that. Cause that is the type of person Jason is. Like, he is a good guy, even though some of these people really think he's the devil. He really isn't. And maybe they should be looking at other people that they're supporting and questioning them, right?
Yeah, I agree. There are worse people in the paranormal field than Jason Hawes. I don't think Jason Hawes is a bad person personally, but you know. Yeah. What do you guys think about Matt Rife and saying the R word?
Matt Rife is a piece of shit. He's in the manosphere. He's been on all the Red Pill Manosphere podcasts. He is literally a little mini Andrew Tate that does comedy routines. Like, he's a piece of shit.
I will say, I don't come out and say this very I don't come out and say this very often, but like, as a person with a disability, I didn't appreciate it, but I refuse to give people like that air. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not gonna acknowledge them at all. Yeah. You know, it's just one of those things where like, those are, if he wants to behave like that, he can behave like that. I'm just not gonna pay any mind to him.
And that's saying like he did all the Manosphere podcast and everything when he messed up on the Netflix special and they were trying to cancel him over that. And like, he did all these podcasts. Now he's trained his audience to say, it's just a joke. Quit being such a snowflake. Quit taking things so personally. But it's like, okay, if I go to a comedy club to see you, then it's a joke. But when people are just like in comments discussing the paranormal and you're calling them the R word and you're also talking about sexually assaulting a woman, like, that's popped up, one of your old tweets there, Matt. But like, this is not a comedy club. It's a social media platform. All right. Like, it's when you're going in to see a comedian, you're kind of have like a agreement that you're about to hear some raunchy shit, but like, if someone's not going into a comedy show or a comedy club, they're not agreeing to that, you know, like, and him just like doing that in comments all the time. He says that all the time, you know, like, it's just like, this isn't a comedy club. This is a social media platform. And we're talking about the paranormal. We're not talking about comedy here. And all of his fans show up and can't seem to grasp this.
Yeah, all I know is I saw it and it pissed me the fuck off and I had to say something, so.
Oh yeah, it's not the first time he has said that either. Like, we have so many other like times where we've shared screenshots of him saying this stuff.
Well, and that aside, you're a business owner, man. Like, people are entitled to get, as a business owner, you know, part of your job is answering questions. I mean, that is what it is. And if so, people are going to ask questions about your business. Congrats, that's a big portion of your job. You know, like
this business isn't a comedy business, so why are you answering so rudely? Like, that's not how you run a business, Matt. Like, you know, and nothing. You can throw your money at it. You can do everything you want to do to like try to stop everyone and stop, you know, what's going on by throwing all your money at it. But the problem is, your guy Elton and Matt, your reputation is fucked in the paranormal. Everyone knows that you guys are pieces of shit. You have fans, sure, but you need to get along with other colleagues in this field. And everyone knows, including people in Salem, know that you guys are being complete assholes to everyone. You know, like, you have your business partner running around saying the R word, and then meanwhile you're like, Salem, please love us, accept us as your neighbor. What?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, just
and like Matt is like so much the you know, part of the business, even though, you know, what we generally see is more of Elton. You know, it's like he's so much a part of the business that like anytime like articles are talking about it, it's like, you know, they're always talking about Matt Rife, and like nobody remembers Elton. And then this is the face that he's putting out there, and it's like, oh, dude, like, no, this is not original days of Twitter, where a lot of stand-ups were kind of using the character limit to kind of like really hone their jokes and stuff. We're not there anymore.
Well, and that's the assault joke is from way back when he first joined Twitter, right? And I get that, but like, he wasn't even famous at that point. You know what I mean? And he was saying that.
Yeah, I don't know. I still stand by what I said. If you can't handle a question, you probably shouldn't have a business, because that's like, I don't know, 80% of your job. You know, I mean, I answer questions all day. You know, so
yeah, they should be able to answer the questions. They should be able to provide proof and stuff. If they want to complain about the debunkers and they want to debunk us, then do it. Like, that should be part of your job.
The other part is conflict resolution. You know, like, not everyone can be super jazzed. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like any comedian who's using these words too, like, that's a acquired taste for a comedian. And the fact that this guy's running a paranormal business and wants people to take them seriously and wants Salem to welcome them with open arms, and meanwhile your business partner's running around online using these terms and words, and things are being dug up about things that he said, like, are you really surprised that people of Salem don't want you there?
Like, never mind the whole thing of that the Warrens always, in all of their cases, they're like, you know, witches are evil, witches are demonic. You know, they're in Congress with the devil.
Oh yeah,
you know, it's witchcraft. And you're gonna bring
notes about that.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna bring a museum dedicated to them to the Witch City,
right?
Like literally down the block from a statue that's of Samantha from Bewitched. That was protested when it was originally put up, but that people love it now, and it was freaking vandalized a year or two ago. Like, somebody just dumped a whole bucket of red paint over the top of it, and it had to be cleaned off.
Damn.
And so you're going to be putting this museum dedicated to these people that say that witches are evil, and at least some of the items are actually, you know, Edna Raines, you know, and they're going to be connected to those stories, and people are going to be coming out at like midnight, you know, like right in that area, and in a residential area, I might add. And people live in the apartments above all of these shops, you know, which was part of why the city was pushing back on the 2 a.m. thing. because they wanted to be open until 2 a.m. all year round. And it's like, okay, well, one, you're not going to be able to sustain that. Like, I don't care how big you think you are. You're not going to be able to sustain that the entire year.
No, they're not going to be able to have that many customers. Like, I don't know what they think. I think that they were hoping this to be a cash cow. It's got a limit. There's a limit to these things,
Right. They put their business plan in the proposal, to the Salem City Council. And that's a matter of public record. You can find it, and if you know what to look for, you can find it and download the PDF. And their plan is, start a tour every 15 minutes, and that the tour is going to take up to 2 hours. There's one, I think that's too many people for the space. Two, I don't know that they're going to be able to get that many employees when everybody else is staffing up for like October, especially.
Oh, they're going to ship people in. They're exactly copying Zach Bagans' tour, by the way. His museum thing is a tour thing, and it's like 2 hours. You're not allowed to have like video cameras, phones, drink, or food, and you have to make it through the whole thing. You can't just like quit partway through. And they're exactly,
if you're in there for 2 hours, you ought to be able to have freaking water at the least.
There's a reason why they do that, because then people will pass out in rooms that they have pumped up the heat. That's what happens at Zach Bagans' museum. Right? Like there's a reason for why they don't allow people to have water. So like they're exactly copying Zach Bagans, and Zach Bagans isn't complaining about them. This honestly makes me wonder if I know Tony hates Zach Bagans though, right? So like I'm just curious if Zach is involved. I wouldn't be surprised, I think is what I'm getting at. I wouldn't be surprised if down the road we find out Zach has been involved the whole time. Because they're like exactly copying him.
Well, Matt Rife has been on Ghost Adventures recently.
Oh yeah, no, they're friends with Zach. No,
that's why I don't remember. Okay.
Really good. Yeah, Matt's really good friends with Zach, and Elton is friends with Zach because he's friends with Matt. Like they are friends. So like, it's interesting. It's interesting.
I wonder if Tony Sparrow knew that before he entered into a bunch of agreements. I don't know.
I'm betting
not. Knowing that, but I feel like he didn't, because like Tony hates Zach so much. I feel like if he knew that, then he wouldn't have entered into this agreement. But then who knows? Because I think they were desperate to get rid of the house because it's like a money pit. It had mold and stuff from. I think it was flooded 2 times. Like there's a lot of
really cleaned out, right?
Yeah.
So how long was that lease for the haunted items? What was it? 5 years?
5 years. And we're at about 1.5 years right now. That's for 5 years.
Yeah, it'll be 2 years in October or something like that. Sam and Colby and Twin Paranormal are not working with Matt and Elton. Sam and Colby, I mean, word on the street, Sam and Colby and Elton had a huge falling out. Like there's a lot of stuff online about it. You can read about it. Sam and Colby do not work with Twin Paranormal. Twin Paranormal do their own thing. I think that something's gone on with Twin Paranormal because they used to do more collabs with people and now they just don't. So you got to look at like recent collabs. Sam and Colby are kind of their own thing. Sam and Colby are like people who overreact to the wind. Twin Paranormal are like, I mean, if you go look at it, like Debunked Paranormal or whatever, the guy in Africa, like he shows that Twin Paranormal like edit their film to make things look like things are happening. You know what I mean? So like they're going above and beyond TV level stuff. Sam and Colby are just acting. You meant Zach Bagans. Oh yeah. Like I think I wouldn't be surprised if Zach, Elton, and Matt are all working together. Like Zach quietly in the background or whatever. Like Zach obviously is okay with what they're doing. So.
And also keep in mind this is all speculations.
Yeah, this is all speculating and rumors and gossip and stuff that we hear everywhere. So other than like you can just sort of watch Sam and Colby and know that they don't work with these people. Like you can just kind of tell by their friend circle.
Well,
you can see it on their social media too, like who attends their parties. Because these guys never attend their parties.
I will say this, like some people that maybe worked for Zach maybe told me some things that obviously I can't repeat, but like I do know certain things. So maybe it like officially it's hearsay, but maybe behind the scenes, it's a little more clear for some people. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's thing. I mean, there's a lot of stuff always happening behind the scenes with everything, I think. And I think that you can kind of get a feel for it if you're watching the content and paying attention to what's going on with them. Yeah.
I mean, even just with just looking at what they're doing, where, Elton and Matt have the Warren House and the museum, and they're kind of concentrating on that. Sam and Colby have the Farrar School, and so they're concentrating on that and their own stuff. And then Twin Paranormal have a location now too, and there's a whole thing with that. It's like they're all kind of sectioning. Yeah, but it feels like they're sectioning each other off a little bit more.
Well, everyone's kind of doing that. I mean, what's her name? Amy's Crypt bought a location. Like, this is what's happening. All the YouTubers are buying locations, right?
I didn't realize Amy's Crypt bought one. Huh?
Yeah, she's got one. Everyone's buying a location as like, this is a backup, because YouTube views are starting to go down. They're not pushing the paranormal stuff. Like, actually, if you go and look at some different tools, you can see they've lowered paranormal and ghosts and stuff in the algorithm. It's not being pushed out. But the thing is too, is like TV also, they aren't getting the ratings for it. I feel like paranormal is actually taking a bit of a dive on the entertainment factor. People are less interested in it. I don't think it's going to last much longer as an entertainment thing. And all these people are entertainment ghost hunters. Like, let's be real. They're not serious paranormal investigators, right?
Right. The more serious ones you don't hear as much about, almost something, goes kind of sideways on one of their videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, because like Discovery, it's pretty much all Zach Baggins stuff, plus the paranormal caught on camera and maybe the Expedition X.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like those two things, and then like all Baggins. It's like all Baggins all the time. Like, holy crap, dude.
And
but even that seems like it's slowing down.
I'm just saying, like, if those channels showed up on Ghost Adventures, or if Zach showed up on their channels, it's a marketing thing. It's trying to advertise each other to raise each other's ratings. But like, we do know that Matt is good friends with Zach. Like, they've said that in news articles and stuff, right? But yeah, like, it does happen that you have like friggin' Patty Negri or whatever, that psychic that is from Ghost Adventures too, that overactor. Her publicist is emailing me trying to get on my channel because they didn't bother to like really look at it and figure out that I'm a debunker.
That's bizarre.
So like, yeah, their publicist reaches like out to different channels trying to get them on to keep them relevant and sell, like, push and promote their stuff, right? So
I don't know why, but that's the funniest thing ever. Like, did you read it?
Well, and that thing is that when she first emailed me, I had an idea for something to be like, okay, I want to have Patty on, but like, we're going to put aside the psychic crap, because let's be real, like, it's not real, but whatever. We're not going to talk about that. But I had an idea of something to discuss with her. And I thought, oh, that'd be brilliant if she would come on and talk about this. And we just like put the psychic stuff in a box. Let's talk about this topic. And the thing is, like, I had this idea when I was falling asleep, and I didn't write it down because I didn't want to like mess up me falling asleep. And this is like weeks later. I still can't fucking remember what it is, and it was a brilliant idea at the time, and I still cannot remember what this idea is. So I haven't responded to her publicist yet, because I'm like, I want to remember this stupid idea I have, and it just isn't coming to me.
You definitely should have wrote it down, because you do have a tendency of forgetting stuff.
Well, the thing is, I have so many ideas. It's the ADHD brain. Like, I have so many ideas. I do write them down. Like, anyone who's in my research Discord knows my list. It's insane. So, like, there's a lot of times I don't write stuff down because of my insomnia and I want to sleep. So I thought that I would remember it, though, in the morning, and I totally have forgotten. It's something to do with, like, asking about Hollywood or something, or, like, it was something just not psychic related. And I wanted to like interview her about something. It might have been Hollywood or acting or witches. It might have been something about witches, because, she pretends to be a psychic, but she entered Hollywood as a witch, like, you know, as a whatever. She actually is a white witch, and she sort of got a foot in Hollywood by appearing on these different shows as the like token witch, right? And she was sincere with all that, and that's how she started. And then she kind of from there did the overacting psychic bullshit. So I think it might have been something to do with witches, and I don't remember right now. So
yeah, maybe it was like portrayal of witches in media or something, or
it might have been something like that. It might have been like, God, I can't remember. It might, you know, I think it, I don't know. Was I going to ask her about Salem? Like, was I trying to set something up about Salem? It might have been Salem. I don't know. Yeah, tape recorder. I have Alexa, and I tell her to like make a note of something, and like 50% of the time she says she did it, and then I'm like, hey, what's my note say? She's like, what note? Like,
you're not doing your job. No.
That would happen too.
Yeah, it happens like so much. And nothing. I have books everywhere. I have things everywhere. Like I try. I really do try. And the thing is, there's a lot of stuff I do remember because I am able to find a place to write it down or note it. But there's a lot of stuff I forget. So, yeah.
All right, guys. It's almost 11. I think I'm going to shut this down.
All right.
But I appreciate you guys coming up. Everybody here, please try to stay cool and avoid that smoke. Okay?
Right.
Yeah, avoid the smoke.
Keep out of the smoke.
Be safe, everybody.
You guys take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
All right. The link has now left. All right. So, well, thank you all. Thank you to everyone who liked the stream. Thank you to everyone who, I think there were a couple super chats. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. Right now, like every dime counts, you know what I'm saying? Thank you to everyone who did, you know, that I did drop some memberships. So, you know, thank you to everyone who is a member and, you know, who wanted to get that membership, you know what I mean? I will probably be in voice chat. In my Discord for a little bit. I don't know when I'm streaming. I know certain things are coming down the pipe, so I'm definitely doing a paranormal stream next week. I just don't know what day. I do need to get to some regular YouTube drama on the main channel. I don't know if it's going to happen next week. I'd like to. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see. You know what I mean? So, thank you to everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. I'm going to have to remember to go in and change all my banners. I should have switched them all. I always forget. So, all right, guys, everyone take care. Have a wonderful night. And I'll catch you guys next week sometime.
Bo, I mean, yeah. I mean, who? I mean, who? Yeah. Everybody Everybody chilling in the dusty court chat, talking about the good stuff, this and that. Then somebody drops a random old name, and everybody's wondering why they're in the conversation again. Dust Devil looks around and says, wait a minute, what they do? Fan Al scratches his head and laughs. Honestly, I haven't got a clue. Yeah. Then a cold wind blows through the room. A ghost appears right on cue. Gold chain swinging, eyes roll back, and the first thing he says is, "Who? I mean, who? Who are we talking about? What they even do? Who? I mean, who? Why they taking up the spotlight when there's nothing new? Who? I mean, who? If nobody knows, then why are we giving them views? I mean, who? I'm Boo the Ghost, and I'm confused. He don't haunt houses, he don't rattle chains. He only shows up when somebody says a meaningless name. Doesn't matter if it's love or a comment section war. Get summoned and come floating through the door. Dust Devil laugh, there he goes again. Fan Al says, got a point, my friend. Every time the topic starts going nowhere fast, Boo pops up trying to save the broadcast. I mean, who? Who are we talking about? What they even do? I mean, who? Why they taking up the spotlight when there's nothing new? I mean, who? If nobody knows, then why are we giving them views? I mean, who? I'm Boo the Ghost, and I'm confused. Who don't care about clout? Who don't care about fame? He just appears whenever nobody remembers the name. A legend in the Dust Devil crew, keeping conversations from getting stuck on who knows who. I mean, who? The ghost of irrelevant conversations coming through. I mean, who? If they don't matter, then what's the point of the view? I mean, who? Dust Devil gang knows exactly what to do. I mean, who? When nobody knows. As for you, wait, we're still talking about them? I mean,